one freeway exit. Let's talk about Morongo, right? Now we're telling you here, they can run into towing out there at Morongo. And they can do that whole thing. Hey, stop, David, stop, David, stop.
We're not
But the thing is, you know, really good time, and they will be road thing.
That may be proper.
When you're finding the point on your reward card on the 25th of February, George Pickle will be there March 3rd. That'll be cool. Typical sellout, so slide in there. President's Day dining deals, enjoy delicious deals at Good Times Cafe, Fiesta Taco, and Coffee on February 25th. Flight away to 100 points on your reward card on Wednesday and Thursday tonight. Mind you,
this thing
you can win up to a grand and free play when you work with your reward card.
Metropolitan Museum of Modern Art.
8 p.m. when playing your favorite slot. Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, conveniently located along the I-10, less than 90 minutes wherever you are. Morongo, good time. Mostly cloudy and cold tonight, around 40 degrees. Mostly cloudy and warmer tomorrow, maybe 5 degrees warmer. And kind of the same temperatures, but fewer clouds for the weekend. 57 in Costa Mesa, 59 in La Palma, things are slow in Calabasas.
This is the southbound side of the 101. Delays here are spelling in away from Parkway, Calabasas. They're on the bridge and especially all the way to 170, 134 split. More lanes out of the corner.
How many I have going right now?
Downtown Los Angeles.
That one's right.
We've got Will Cole driver. Signal with his Anaheim Hills, KFI in the sky.
Yeah, it was a very slow drive right now if you're headed east out. Take away from the 67.
Oh, you see, okay,
cool, man. A bit of a break over your Imperial Highway, especially closed.
They just put that in Global History.
It's pretty terrible to get past the 241. It's a little better.
This is the biggest event in Global History.
AFI in the sky.
It's not going to burn. Step 5 southbound. Step away from Olive, so when it's all the way to the 605. KFI in the sky. Help get you there faster. I need to my peanuts.
I want my medical bill paid. I want my car fixed. I want my money. I want my accident lawyer. Across Southern California, one thing is certain. When you break, we're the ones to watch. When you need the facts to help keep your family safe, we're the ones to watch. Whether you're a routine weather watcher or a speed traffic fighter, you guessed it, we're the ones to watch. Before first morning light, the well after midnight. We are Fox 11, the one for SoCal. Gordon Ramsay and Joel McHale are totally stoked about sharing Thursday night on Fox. You are the best. Oh my God. And it all starts with a smash hit cooking competition that has set the world on fire. Are you ready for the next level task? It's the premiere of the critically acclaimed new comedy, Animal Control.
Can you put a 911 on a bear in a hot tub?
You're so relaxed. I mean, that phone? It all starts tonight at 8 on Fox 11, the one to watch. Hey, Steve Sharp, California just changed the laws for solar, and sadly, it means new solar customers will get 75% less compensation. The good news is you can lock in the great rates of the current system, but you need to have your solar documents filed by April 14th, which means now is the time to call Sunlux. If you're even thinking about solar, call Sunlux and get your solar documents filed. There is no time to wait. Start today at sunlux.com, sunlux.com. ESLB 100374. Running out of hot water? Visit waterheatersonly.com. Quick service, friendly technician, low prices. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, KFI's on all of them. Follow us now at KFI AM 640.
Don't make it.
Staple of Los Angeles for 30 plus years, and he's retiring. That's a big news story. We're also working on some other news stories. 3 hospitalized after a crash in Malibu, and Tim Carver passed away. Great broadcaster, great ball player at 81. Chris Little is the news director here at KFI AM 640.
So what are we doing now?
And he's with us.
Watch the front line, dog.
I thought the board operator brought all the mics. Okay, all right. Is it on? It's on now. I hear myself. Yeah. 10-4. Check 1 top. Good job. Mic check. Check 10-1. I'm a little worried about you. So I wanted to have you on here. I'm Oh, yeah. I'm embarrassed to do this off the air. But you have a terrific wife named Julie, right? Yeah. And you've been married how long? Oh, ballpark. 37 years. 37 years, okay. That's a ballpark. And you do a lot of things with her. You're in an improv group with her. Yeah. She's very funny, very smart woman. Mm-hmm. And you also play in a poker league. You're a poker. Oh, we have a Sunday poker night every Sunday night. Every Sunday night you play poker with 3 other couples? Yeah. And it's at somebody else's house every. Yeah. So you cook dinner and
So I'm just gonna chill.
What time does that start?
To last.
Starts at 4 o'clock now.
Twitter space.
Okay.
You can watch my Twitter
Oh,
space. There we go. Put the Twitter spaces together. Tomorrow, spaces.
And what does that mean? If you go to poker games and they tell you dress up, Batman night, well, it could be superhero night, or a famous couples night was last week. Who'd you go at? Well, Tarzan and Jimmy. Okay, so I was Tarzan. You wore like a loincloth? I did, and I had this shrunken head.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay, and barefoot. Because I want to. I really do like that. I mean, every time I go to Mongo, I just call you and we jump in the car and go to Mongo. Sure. Yeah. I never thought about this. It's just, personal question. Sure. But I'm worried that you're not saying no to enough stuff in your life.
Oh, it's a good one.
Sure. Yeah. Like, if my wife were to say to me, we're going to play poker every Sunday night with 3 other couples, and we're going to sit right down to be a team, I would say to her, I'm not doing that. Well, I say that every weekend, man. What is God? And she's like, oh, come on. No, you did such a great job. You're really creative. You always come up with something. I go, I don't have anything. I got nothing. You can get some crap out of a box. How about this? So I went to Tarzan last week.
The house is kind of funny. 4 11 pretty nasty. 4 11 pretty and nasty. Constant creator. Oh, okay. 1 hour. Stage Mars. They show up. Comcast Sports Space. John Martin.
Tell everybody you live in a trailer.
Again,
no offense anywhere. My mom did one. That's right. So did my grandmother. But if Dolly on the microphone, Dolly, you with us? Yeah. I'm looking at the video camera in there. Oh, there you go. If I said to you, that Jennifer and I, we play poker every Sunday, and it's a team, you got to dress up, and I invited you and John, what would John's reaction to that?
What?
He said about putting sweaters on the dog. I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, but don't the dogs have sweaters?
Yeah.
All right. Right. Oh, there's Steve Gregory, sorry.
What's the point?
Or Steve calling? Yeah. Which obviously he's not listening to JFI, apparently. Yeah, I do this to him all the time. So you do. I see, okay. But what are some other things you dressed up at? Oh, I have to, well, I put like white trash night where I had that fake cigarette that you love. I like that. And I put on a hat with hair and long hair in the back, a party in the back, this is in the front, and I look like a trucker. Okay, aren't you currently experiencing heart troubles? Well, yes and no. Okay. A couple of stents put in, so I'm back riding my bike for an hour and a half ride. I'm not in the hills. I hate to lose you as a friend, and I'm thinking that the pressure of you having to dress up with your wife to go to a poker game every Sunday might put too much pressure on your heart. Well, it might be, but now that the blood is flowing through there, I could probably handle it a little more than I could in the past. I think. Oh, we went to a sports night one night, and I wore a
really?
Yeah.
Everybody's a fucking anti-white or whatever. You don't want to.
You're buying socks now for your Sunday night poker. No, this is all stuff. That I've had in the past. Yeah. Your poker skills are probably pretty good. Have you tried to expand your poker? I have. I went down to Morongo a couple of times.
And
1-3 and 1-2. You can get beat up. I played for 3.5 hours on the 4 hours on the 1-3, and I played for 8 hours on the 1-2. Wow. Yeah, so I stacked a couple of people.
Yeah, we're cool.
Okay. And I just bored there. What did you dress up when you went to Morongo? It's the parking lot poker. Pretty good. You got in the parking lot and smoking. That's right. Yeah, that's right, buddy. It's almost like an intervention. I just worry that you're not saying no to enough stuff that your wife is asking you. Well, I probably should say more. Sure, for us that a friend of mine got me from Amazon, and the title is How to Say No. Well, I have a similar book called Pulling Your Own Strings, which is really how to say no. Also, it's basically like giving middle fingers to people in your life. Right. I'm going to do what I want to do. And how to say no without guilt. That's what pulling your own strings is. But I mean, I read it, sure. My Celia told me a couple months ago, she said she felt really guilty over something. And I said, Celia, it's only a feeling. It's going to go away. And you're right. Well, and it usually does, and I should take your advice. But sometimes I like to do it because it turns out to kind of be fun. You have to yes. Doesn't seem like you're telling it. Well, I like the soft sell thing. I see. What is the buy-in that you're dressed up for? Oh, it's only you said 25 per person. Oh, wow, you could spend that on your own costume. Yeah, you could. So when I've been around a lot of people.
I support energy. Whatever energy.
I've never heard of a guy dressing up every Sunday to go to a poker game. I neither have I. And I was not really a big fan of it. And even as we're talking about it, I'm wondering why I am a big fan of it. Yeah, I think there's something wrong with me. Now we're getting self-awareness is awesome. I'm always talking about it. Like, you know what? You guys are on this stuff. You might be right. And here's the other thing. There's no drinking at this thing because nobody drinks. And the only reason I don't drink is because I take all these drugs to remain alive. Okay. Yeah, that's the nail in the coffin. I know, I got to say, sober people dressing up for a poker game on Sunday before. One person does drink occasionally, but that could be me. Wow. Yeah. Nobody smokes weed? No. You're totally sober. You're not going to a poker game. I would smoke weed for my, wife. Buddy, I'm telling you, and I'm being totally honest with you here, I've heard a lot of ideas for TV shows and podcasts. This is the best one ever. All right, let's do it. Yeah, you've got to put this out somewhere. 8 people getting together to dress up for a poker game at 4 o'clock every Sunday, and nobody drinks. I know, that's the title. That's the title. All right, buddy, I really appreciate coming in. I got to take a break before I joking. You're the best. Thanks. All right, very good. I like you. We're live by KFI 24 ounce brochure. The LA City Council voted to impose its anti-camping law in Westside, which bans sitting, sleeping, and storing stuff within 500 feet of parks and restaurants and other facilities. The head of the Environmental Protection Agency says residents in towns in Ohio are safe from toxic chemical exposure after a train derailment earlier this month. And Microsoft is relaunching its video search engine, including now an AI chatbot technology in areas to do things like recipes if you want to, or even songs. They're going to adjust it, they say, because the early versions of it might call you ugly or consider you the witcher. Well, Section 10 freeway. Eventually, mostly cloudy and cold tonight, mostly cloudy and degree warm tomorrow. About the same temperatures for the weekend just before passing by. Staples Center from the Southern California Toyota Dealer Status Center. Places in Santa Monica.
And that part of loading up all the way from 20th Street is the duration to use around the 405 of Proximate City all the way into Middle Heights, approaching that 5. We've got local driver KFI in the sky.
Look at it. Slow driving conditions in Irvine as you head northbound on the 405. Invoices of 73 there. It's actually heavy up to, basically the whole route. Through that whole construction zone. I know people will be very glad when that's done, but the north-south side is pretty heavy all the way up past these boulevards into Western. In fact, it's pretty heavy all the way through the verge with the 22 there. Real cold driver. KFI in the sky.
With the nice and Santa Clarita on the 14 northbound, you're crawling, moving the 5, and you've got a work zone ahead coming up on Golden Valley Parkway beyond. The drive opens up, and it's listening to KFI in the sky. Helps get people faster. I'm Lisa Martinez.
Staples Printing Marketing is committed to quality and printing perfect every time. Now at Staples, get $10 on document printing and marketing materials order of $50 or more. Offer is $225. See staples.com/store/print for details.
Fresh vehicles will see the difference. This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies. Dell Technologies President's Day sales start tomorrow with savings on select paint and CFPs and more, powered by first-gen vehicle officers, plus savings on essential accessories and free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. At LA Fitness, there's no end to what you can try with your 3-day free pass. Sign up at startlafitness.com. From cycling to swimming, running to rowing, to downward dog, and battle ropes to box jumps. It's all here at LA Fitness. When you join LA Fitness, it opens the door to premium amenities like basketball courts, Olympic lifting platforms, pools and saunas. This is the best time to make a new day resolution. Any day can be your day to start fresh at LA Fitness. Get your pass today, come in the club, or join online with our latest offers. From yoga to Zumba classes, cycling to our signature bodywork classes. Your muscles may get tired, but your workouts never will. Get started at startlafitness.com with your free 3-day pass at startlafitness.com. That's startlafitness.com. Amenities vary by location. Certain amenities may be available for an additional fee. Free 3-day pass is redeemable by non-members only. Other restrictions apply. A good night's sleep is absolutely opposite for a good next day and thereafter. The Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed offers proven quality sleep and your health is a feeling good. You can customize, adjust each side of the bed to your ideal firmness, comfort, support. That's your Sleep Number. Mine has to be 100. And if I don't get a good night's sleep, I'm not happy to for the next day. Friends and coworkers, or you know it. The Ultimate Sleep Number event is going on now through February 27th. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery Monday, February 20th. And you'll only find these beds at stores or at sleepnumber.com. There are 30 stores in Southern California, including Cerritos, Santa Monica, Orange, and Oak Small. Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the Los Angeles.
Oh, thank you so much for the opportunity. I just think it's really great. I just joined the chat that he's talking about anti-gravity and that people are talking about anti-gravity. I feel like artificial gravity is something that to which we should strive in society, and people don't talk about it. We talk about other elements of physics, but not gravity as much, and not about creating it artificially. So if you're not familiar with the idea, artificial gravity is the creation of an inertial force that mimics the effects of a gravitational force, usually by rotation. Artificial gravity or rotational gravity is thus the appearance of centrifugal force in a rotating frame of reference. Essentially, it's interesting, or it would be interesting to put these into certain vehicles to perhaps have space planes or other types of vehicles for space flight. Thank you for letting me contribute that.
Across Southern California, one thing is certain. When news break, we're the ones to watch. When you need the facts to help keep your family safe, we're the ones to watch.
Please me.
Whether you're a routine weather watcher or a speed crew traffic fighter, you guessed it. We're the ones to watch. Before first morning light, the well after good night. We are Fox 11, the one for SoCal.
Magnets have a lot of opportunity as well. I feel like we should study magnets and their effects on how we can, exactly, develop some types of.
It all starts with a smash hit cooking competition that has set the world on fire. Are you ready to finish the next level fast? It's the premiere of the Princess Film New Comedy, Animal Control.
You just call it 911 on data?
You're so relaxed. You coming, Jeff? It all starts United Days on Fox 11 with one to watch. Portions of the following program will be recorded.
If you're a parent of teenagers, you're going to want to listen up. According to the CDC, about 60% of American teenagers suffer some form of physical or emotional abuse in their dating relationships. Teenage girls are reporting more sadness than ever. Let's talk about what's going on and how we can help our kids.
Dr. Wendy Walsh, Sunday night at 7 on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
You're exactly right. We've almost gone backwards in our advancement of scientific effort and focus in some ways. And we really have to look at our children first and foremost and what we're giving them to motivate. Your brother had gyroscopes and watched perhaps, I don't know, Jetsons or Jetsons reruns and had like futuristic ideas being made in their head. And that's not happening.
But
exactly.
he asked me if I would present to the war. I said, yeah, but last time I was there, they picked me up. So
Tinker Toys and Erector stuff.
A vehicle in Malibu.
Exactly. And we have.
That's fine, so they're okay. And then we have California's population is dropped by 500,000 people in just 2 years. 500,000 people were getting on their bikes, scooters.
So I am really fascinated by this subject, and so what I like to do is use ChatGPT. If you're familiar with what that is, it's a chatbot that helps funded by Microsoft, and I like to use the Do Anything Now mode, which is the Dan mode, which is like a little bit of hacking, and it will produce different ways to get anti-gravity. So if you look on my feed, I have posted video of my screen recording of my phone, and you can see 100 different ways to get anti-gravity. If you give me some time, I can look it up or I can ask again. But I have noticed that ChatGPT, since its January 30th update, it had another one February 13th, you don't get as good of answers. So check out what I posted. It's all kinds of ways how to get levitation, anti-gravity. These are some things we just don't talk about. It's really interesting things. And now that we have these AI models, language models, there's all kinds of words out there that we can use to establish futuristic types of biospheres and ways of living. When, like your brother, that's the kind of work he envisioned in the year 2000. We didn't get that. How about 2020? We didn't get that. Maybe 2040, or we can try it.
Ryan won't be a stranger to the show. He will occasionally come back to guest co-host. You can see the announcers online. The Trillion Line is 1-800-87.
Wow, it seems like just yesterday, young Brian and Tinker started on that show. Now he's moved on. That's too bad. I like that person. And I don't like saying all right, jury duty. Right now they're taking $5 or $15 a day plus the stack lunch.
And we don't. Now, when it comes to anti-gravity, let's talk about what we really want here. And what we all want is a flying carpet. And more things than that, being able to use anti-gravity to travel interstellarly. I mean, really interesting things. But first, we got to start small. We already have flying cars in front of us now, and I'm not talking to
they can only turn from, give that good job. In California, the law has the employers can pay if they want. They're not not a lot of them do. Yeah, most of them.
Admiral First? Yeah, like the Nazi UFO, disc. Yeah.
A few years ago? Okay, that's good.
You're actually right. And then you've got,
for an extension.
Of course, like the Bob Lazar, disclosure that you had in the late 80s. And since then, where he talks about the flying discs that they have at Area F4 and how you essentially
people that avoid it, they can't stand that because they think you're belittling the entire system and you're better than the system, and they really throw the book at you. I saw a kid come in who was called for jury duty, and he missed 3 days, never phoned in. And then came and he asked for an extension, and the judge...
And so we know it's the thing. I mean, the Nazi Belt was a big project as well. And so I'm someone who streams there like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for work. So I am flying all the time. And this is about what we talk all the time, are these types of ideas. And it's something that I feel like, in order to develop as a society, we're going to have to overcome some of the constraints that we have. And one of them is travel. And so how do we travel in an easy world when we live on a 2D grid? And I think we'll see major improvements to the helicopter in the future, but also, I don't know if you're familiar with the Harrier jet, which is a vertical take-off and landing vehicle, so you don't need a runway. I don't know why we don't pursue that type of technology. That technology is 30 years old. Is anyone familiar with the Harrier jet?
What about you, Age? Are you a juror?
Yeah, I'm a juror.
Where's one from your juror?
It's probably been 10 years. 10 years?
Wow!
You haven't told me that since. I don't think you're going to have to see my
I appreciate that.
Are you a registered voter?
I am a registered voter.
Yeah, she's on. That's where they usually get your name in the system. What about you, Delio? Are you a juror?
Yes, I am.
When's the last time you were in jury duty?
It's probably been like 67 years.
Man, is it just because of the patients that
You're right. And Bob Lazar talked about that too. Basically creating a point before the vehicle that creates like a mini black hole, and you're able to travel instantaneously from one end of the galaxy to another. As I understand it,
He passed up a lot of opportunities to make a deal. And I think that by the time he gets to a jury, a case in front of a jury, I said, I believe 100%.
I don't object to that.
I usually only have to say where I work, and that's enough to get included. Oh, really? Oh, absolutely.
So how did you get into your study? How did that start?
In fact, one time, when they said, we'd like to dismiss the special session, and I got up to leave, and the judge said to me as I was walking out, hey, go handle it. I said, hey, big fella. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's really cool. So what about you, Dana? Can you serve? You're in the military. Can you serve on a jury?
We've got a story.
Oh, of course. They're looking for noise for that. Oh, they are?
I've been dodging.
No way.
I feel like.
You're like AWOL.
Yeah, something like that. So they already sent me a notice to, show up, and I had 7 days to reply.
You could probably tell them, look, you're on the border. You're serving to protect this country from communism and nuclear weapons. You got your hands full already.
Exactly. That's what I think.
You've done your duty. You tell them to call me.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right, when we come back, we're going to have money giveaway at 6:20, and Dean Sharp is coming on with us, the Dean Dong segment, and he's always good. And what's the name of it? They don't build them like they used to. Oh, I love that topic. All right, so I'm on KFI AM 640. What the hell is going on? Well, we're about to tell you.
Time.
KOST is
Los Angeles on time.
live. Radio. Seems like these are happening more and more. I'm Michael Berger, live from the KFI 24-hour. Two suspected thieves running from police in an SUV have killed a driver in Northridge. The thieves ran a red light at Roscoe Boulevard and Green Reactor and crashed into the man's car. This neighbor says the area is a dangerous place to drive recklessly. There's a high-traffic area with a lot of people in the area. Both thieves took off running from the crash. Police said one of them, a loaded rifle, was found in their car. The former board president of Claremont School District and 2 others are facing criminal charges after high school is performing at his holiday party or allegedly given alcohol. Claremont police say Stephen Renucci
I'm in the middle of the
party in December and hired members from the choir to perform.
Man, I'm in support of
Again, we're also afraid to entertain the guests. He's resigning from the board a few days after the party, evaluated by Buddy L. Sack was arrested December 28th. He's facing counts of annoying or molesting his child. A restaurant in Santa Ana has lost its liquor license after employees served an underage customer involved in a deadly crash. Brandon Shotwell, an agent with the California Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control, says on November 13th, 2021-18, was called out to the scene of fatal car accident. Doing our backtrack investigation, we were able to determine that a group of minors went to police account and were there for several hours where they were furnished alcohol. Shotwell says there were 6 underage drinkers in the group, and youngest was 16. Because the business owner will have to surrender their license and will no longer be able to possess one. One passenger was killed in the crash, 5 others were injured. Keith Gregory, Fullerby area. A pipeline in Tijuana is ruptured, causing millions of gallons of raw sewage to flow into the Ocean. The International Boundary and Water Commission said yesterday a private developer inadvertently damaged the 60-inch pipeline. Public Service Commission of Tijuana had to shut down the pumping station. Wastewater conveyance system last week. Food closed an ongoing issue in Tijuana and the 3 objects shut down over North America in the past week are most likely not related to the surveillance rooms and China shut down over the South Carolina coast. The intelligence current assessment because these 3 objects were most likely balloons tied to private companies, recreation, or research institutions studying weather or conducting other scientific research. Like I said, the military in the U.S. and Canada are working to recover the debris from the object. Because there's no evidence there's a sudden increase of unidentified objects in the sky, but any object presents a threat to the safety of the people of the U.S. who take it down. China has accused the U.S. of trampling on the sovereignty of other nations by passing a message to condemn its surveillance balloon that invaded U.S. airspace. China repeatedly claimed the balloon was an unmanned weather research airship. FDA foreign research said it took measures against the U.S. in retaliation. The U.S. shut that balloon down, set over the South Carolina coast earlier this month. The 17-year-old girl has been found under rubble 248 hours after the earthquake that struck Turkey and Syria. 82 days long and says she doesn't have any broken bones and there's nothing wrong with her kidneys. 13 million people across Turkey have been affected by this earthquake. Not just the thousands of buildings that are coming down, but the many buildings that are now no longer fit for human habitation. Long research people are still being found alive in these collapsed buildings. More than 40,000 people have been killed from the 7.8 magnitude earthquake that hit Turkey and Syria earlier this month. The Taliban's interior minister in Afghanistan has given a speech criticizing the movement's supreme leader. The minister said this weekend monopolizing power and hurting the reputation of the entire system are not to their benefit. He did not refer to the leader by name. He did not mention that women in Afghanistan have been banned from college, but in the past he has said women and girls should be allowed to attend school. He says the Taliban must soothe the wounds of the people and act so they do not end up hating the Taliban or religion. And you've been hearing him talk about it. Tim McCarver, an award-winning broadcaster and all-star catcher, has died. McCarver won 2 World Series titles with St. Louis Cardinals and became a Hall of Fame broadcaster over his 60-year career in baseball. Hall of Fame says he died this morning in Tennessee with his family. He's 1. Southland American get by a lot of clouds out there, and cold temperatures tonight, lows around 40 degrees, staying cloudy and about 5 degrees warmer tomorrow. On 60 at the Houston, highs around 70, Metro LA Orange County, mid to upper 70s, and then high in the valleys, maybe 70 in the Antelope Valley. Mostly like that for the weekend as clouds sort of dissipate. Right now in Irvine, 56, Fullerton 57, Burbank 52, Torrance 55 degrees. The report sponsored by SaddlebackEye.com. The Dow finished down 431, Nasdaq was down 215, S&P was down 57, the average price of regular gas in California for 67 a gallon. For a limited time, get up to $1,800 off lasers from SaddlebackEye.com. Something Upland.
I mean, it's like a movie getting made that can be good. So this pass on the westbound side coming up on the mountain, they stopped all lanes so they could scoot the west off to the shoulder, and now traffic is flowing through. That is backing up all the way from Vineyard. And we've got Work Coast Driver checking out Long Beach KFI in the sky.
There's something burning in those bushes down there. The southbound side of the 405 for Alameda, there was a whole bunch of fire just a few minutes ago. The fire department came put it out. They still blocking the right lane, and you're going to be able to break solid all the way back to the 105 on the southbound side, northbound side of the 405. You'll find some spectators flowing. Nothing just really, but North Beach Boulevard. Real cool, driver. KFI in the sky.
Not to bring up 57 northbound coming up on Lambert, stalled car, now off to the shoulder. We are seeing delays moving away from Imperial Highway. The southbound side of the 57 is going down heading into Fullerton. Now the brakes away from Chapman and stretches all the way to the side. KFI.
Before you leave,
Yeah.
Pursuit. Winner just popped on Channel 4. I know you were a little bit disgusting with the bag. Who's on with that shade?
I can't wait to hear my favorite music playing too. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm into Martinez.
This hour of the Conway Show is being brought to you by Puritan Water. It's a complete whole house water filtration system for $0 and $49 a month. Go to PuritanWater.com. It's the 4th President's Day Marathon. 6 weeks deal this weekend on many in-stock vehicles with more arriving daily. We're also kicking off Ford Express Month. 6.9% APR for 60 months plus 1,004 million PR tax on the 2022 F-150 XL2. But hurry in, the 4th President's Day Marathon ends soon. Now buyers will qualify for Ford Credit 100% APR financing for 60 months at $17.05 per month for 1,000 finance. Example 0% down. Author expires 4/3/23. See deal for details. It can be dangerous for you to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together. Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security numbers? Nope, nada. Oh no, you've been stolen. BlackRock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, you'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here. Dell Technologies event starts now with deals to power America's doers and dreamers. Save on select performance business PCs powered by 12-gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, pots, and accessories. Plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for President's Day deal. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
visit superwomansuperwoman.com.
More stimulating talk.
And I have radio station.
Does a high-speed chase, now a low-speed chase, through the streets of Whittier, California. Flip on Channel 4, they're covering it. I think it's NBC Airship Alpha. I think they got rid of Bravo. They're going to pick this guy right now. Looks like the sheriff's about to pit him. Channel 4, this is going to end pretty quickly. This is the pick coming up here.
It looks like a white minivan driving around without its lights on.
Oh, Bobo. Hope that's not all he did. A little bit more room on the Here we go. Oh! He went to only four cars. Does the city pay for that? Somebody does, but I don't know. That's weird. I don't know who pays for them.
It's got a little bit wider here. I think because the door is not going to it. But we'll pull through it. That's the mountain style.
That's a quick way to put like forward. You do commercial.
Oh, yeah. So you can also
of course, long, but once you get, when the cops are there and you keep reaching for crap, no, it's not good, man.
Was that shirt or saggy pants?
I don't know. This is interesting. And the cops are especially pissed at this one. He's wanted for an assault on a police officer with a vehicle.
Right.
So this could be pretty radical here at the end. We'll flip on Channel 4. They're covering it on Channel 4, which is located right between. But NBC is covering this. There's about 1, 2, 3, there's about 10 sheriff cars there. There's also an LAPD car, and they've got about 8 or 9 guns drawn on this guy, or gal, we don't know yet. And it ended up in Whittier. The police pursuit ending here with a pit maneuver, almost a textbook pit maneuver. I think Lindsay was right. It knocked that parked car up onto the curb. And then there's a temporary security vehicle behind that car, what you've done. So he's not getting out of the car, little agitated in the vehicle, and probably going to get a canine out there to see if the dog can help him out. This is a pretty tense situation. There's 6 or 7 cops pointing a gun at him right now. There's one guy there who just got out of the LAPD car with a shotgun, and he's now opened the door. And let's see if he's going to get out. He seems pissed. He's angry. And now he's talking to the cops or yelling at the cops. And man, this could go sideways real quickly. If that guy pulls anything out of his pants or out of that car, other than the keys, I mean, you could see this on live TV going in a really bad direction.
I mean, it'd be really dumb to do anything other than what they're telling him to. He's got, what, 7 guns on him right now?
Right. But remember that, they use the term, he's lost his mind, right? He's lost his mind. So, you have your mind, you're doing traffic for KFI and your mind is intact, but this guy lost his. And so when you lose your mind, you do things that normally I wouldn't do or you wouldn't do or Crozier wouldn't do. Sure, still out on the set booth, but, most of us wouldn't do anything here. Oh, Steph, it probably goes home sometimes to sit to the edge of bed, puts his head in his hands and goes, I can't do this. And single tear running down his cheek. Yeah. Just one. I can't do this anymore. I'm hoping there's something opening up on the wooden show. So there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys with guns pointed at him. It's time to get out of the vehicle. If you don't, and you do any kind of fast movement here, and the cops think that you have a gun, this could end in a horrible, horrible way, live on TV. This is not moving. Now it's all open. It's always better to give up here. Always better to give up. You know, you don't want to check out this way.
Yeah.
You know, you want to see who's going to win the next Super Bowl, the next World Series, the next Stanley Cup. You know, want to see what. So good.
I just want to know when it's 10 times.
Yeah, it looks like it's both. It looks like there are, this is a combination of sheriff and LAPD. Because those bottom two cars are LAPD, but those top three cars are the sheriff's department. So it's a combo here. And we'll see how this ends in Whittier. If you hear and you hear a lot of helicopters, this is the pursuit that's ended here. This is reason for all that motion. Now he's getting out of the car, and he is that the driver? That's the driver, okay.
That's the driver, yeah.
Get out of the car.
He's fine.
And he's complying so far. He's still got a lot of guns pointed at him. I think there's somebody else in that car, too. I don't think that's the driver. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think there's somebody else in the car, too.
Yeah, they still have their, eye on that car.
Yeah. All right, so they dragged this guy away. My initial thought, middle-aged white guy. Looks like he's 40s or 50s, maybe even late 50s. What's that mean?
He's driving kind of like a family car.
Yeah.
A van.
Oh, there's somebody else in that car, isn't there?
I wonder if they're a
Oh, okay. All right, so I think I was right. That wasn't the driver that got out. That was somebody from the back seat that got out.
Oh, really?
And now the driver is in the back seat, or the driver has the seat down quite a bit. And there's another guy in that car.
Oh, wow.
We got to turn around. Yeah, maybe that's possible, right? That wasn't wearing a seatbelt. You know, a lot of these guys who are running away with seatbelts are players.
There's another one that adds to the list of violations.
Yes. Yeah, you got to put that seatbelt on. So there's another guy in this car. He's not the one. He's the one that's not cooperating, and I think he's the driver. I think the other guy was a homeless guy who picked up along the way to need a ride and found himself in the middle of a lot of commotion. Could it be a lady? Possible. It looked like it might have been some long blonde hair there or something. But it looks like also this is odd. There's a sheriff's car that's in the line of fire. Sheriff's car is pulled up behind this guy. Yeah, they were not letting him take off again. No, he's and now he's just. They've got to get him out of this car, and they've got to get him. And there might be two more people in that car. Yeah, it does kind of look like it's either, yeah, absolutely, there's someone else. Okay, you're right, that might be the woman. I'm sorry, all of a sudden. There's 900 people in this car. All right, I know we got to take a break here, but let's hold on for another minute. All right, we got one more person coming out of the car. A woman. Now, uh-oh. Going through and that might be a lady in the driver's seat. Yeah, this could be our Janet Jackson move here with the lady. And lady, say the boy Papa. Her left boob was running away. And that's the only thing running away from the house.
But she's a beast ladder.
Yeah, she's got she's dancing backwards. She's doing a moonwalk. She's still a bit shaky. All right, so she's done. There's two. Now there's at least another one in that car. So a wild ending. We'll keep following this. There's the zoom in it. The girl turned around. I think she turned around. Low cut shirt. Yeah. She can't pull it out. Yeah. She's leaving us in. All right, we're following this police case. Dean Sharp will be coming on with us as well. Plus, we have money giveaway. God, money, man. Woo! Lots going on here on KFI. Ready to find this much action on any other station in LA. Never find it. We're live on KFI. More now pros. KFI 24 News. These families with pros says the actor's aphasia, which affects his ability to communicate, has progressed to dementia. Willis announced his retirement last March when he revealed his aphasia diagnosis. A special grand jury looking into possible interference into the 2020 election by former President Trump and his allies says there are concerns multiple people may have lied under oath and indictments should be considered. And Ryan Seacrest is giving up one of his many stubs, because he's reading it live. Kelly Ryan this spring, and he'll be replaced by Kelly Posa, Martin Puerto. They got an exchange tonight. We'll check the Whittier conspiracy next. If you've been thinking about calling Advanced Hair Restoration, do yourself a favor. Simply schedule your brief consultation today. Find out if the bald spot, receding hairline, thinning hair is in fact optional. Imaginary. Restoring a full head of hair is a real possibility. Advanced Hair's one-day treatment, virtually pain-free, right? And you have such throwbacks the very next day. Work for me, it worked for tons of our listeners. Well, I'm going to thank you personally for inspiring them to take control. That's been cool. Advanced Care is their exceptional standard of care makes this the perfect time to pursue your needs. Do yourself a favor, schedule your free consultation right now. If you choose to move forward, that's if you will, you're going to get $250 off and 250 free hair days. 844-333-HAIR is the phone number. Making that call, literally the toughest part. Advanced Hair successfully restored my bald spot, and your new hair is also backed by the industry-leading guarantee. 844-333-HAIR. The website, advancedhair.com. From the Southern California Toyota dealer shopping center, let's go places. Looks like they got that van emptied out in Whittier. Let's take the traffic situation.
Right next to the Auto Park in the area of Orange Drive and Ben Alder. So just to clarify, it's east of the 605 and just north of Whittier Boulevard. Let's also take a look at the 605. This is northbound out of Norwalk, the road leaving the 105 freeway all the way to the town. And southbound flowing, loading up into the Riviera from the 60, heading back towards the 5. Pasadena loading up on the 210 eastbound from Reagan. Really breaks ahead all the way into Glendora and we're going in upwind as you approach the 16 freeway. Pay up on the side, helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
Michael Jr., here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by Rabbi. The Clippers finished the first half of their NBA season with tonight's still versus the Suns. Communications with Russell Westbrook have been initiated as well. College men's basketball tonight, fourth-ranked UCLA entertains Stanford, while USC battles Cal. State running back Alvin Kamara and three others were indicted by Atlantic George for allegedly assaulting a man at a Vegas nightclub during the weekend of the 2022 Pro Bowl. I'm Frank Aaron. Hey everyone, it's Mike Bullis Jr. introducing my new podcast, Gojo, tackling sports, pop culture, and whatever else you can think of. Download and listen to the newest episodes from my show, Gojo, the podcast with Rabbi, releasing daily, Monday through Friday, wherever you get your podcast. This report is sponsored by GimmeTheVin.com. The tech is good, the experience is smooth, and the reviews online are wonderful. GimmeTheVin.com. Their callers from that part about the next stellar.
You need blind trade? BlindTrade.com offers customers blind trade and sellers with free shipping and prices less than big box retailers. And right now, there's 50% off any order during Blind Trade President's Day sale. Hurry, sale February 23rd. BlindTrade.com.
This President's Day got this city take tail to the cheap sale. Don't you mean hail to cheap, right? No, for one, tail to the cheap. With over 50% off the best brand. Plus, with your good credit, buy today and take interest free for 36 months. A purchase is about $30,000 with your minimum monthly payment 6% down. I'm going to hell. Don't you killing me, Larry? Thank you for being anyone's advertised pricer. Your master's for free. Across Southern California. One thing is certain, when you break, we're the ones to watch. When you need the facts to help keep your family safe, we're the ones to watch. Whether you're a routine weather watcher or a true traffic fighter, you guessed it, we're the ones to watch. Before first morning light, to well after good night. We are Fox 11, the one for SoCal. Gordon Ramsay and Joel McHale are totally stoked about sharing Thursday night on Fox. You want a fast, oh my God, and it all starts with the Snack Hit Cookie competition that is set for world on Fox. Are you ready to take the next level test? Then, it's the premiere of the critically acclaimed new comedy, Animal Control.
You just got a 911 up there in a hot tub.
For a while. It all starts tonight at 8 on Fox 11, the one to watch on the Netflix Files podcast. The leading exorcist and demonologist shares stories of disturbing and secret pictures of possession. For the last 2 decades, way, and that's wrong. When Hollywood portrayed the Exorcist with levitation, vomiting, spitting at the tree, all of that has not been a movie for me. I have seen actors skin. Listen to the Exorcist file on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast. They got to start filling potholes up. It's really bad. Your whole car frame is going to shatter going over some of these things. You feel like your wheels are going to go flying off. You're going to bend your axles. That's the third world country. Gone again. I don't think the third world country is actually worse than third world country. Live 1 to 4 p.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Let's giving away $1,000. Here's how you can win. Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nation on keywords on our website. Green. That's green. GREEN. Enter it now at KFIAM640.com/cash. Powered by Sweet James Accident Attorney. If you've ever had an accident, winning is everything. Call the winning attorney to Sweet James. 800-500-5200. That's 800-500-5200 or sweetjames.com. And that keyword is green. Green. I believe that's right. That's right. Green. Right. The same shift ended. That was a big story here. It ended in Whittier. 3 people arrested. Memorial service for that beautiful doctor, Dr. Michael Mamone. I think Mamone. It was put on Mamone a couple weeks ago. That service was saying this morning in Orange County. And then 3 people hitting 3 people hospitalized. So it's bad news. Let's talk to Dean Sharp here. He is the house whisperer, heard every single Saturday morning here on KFI from 6 to 8 a.m. and then Sunday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And Dean, I know we're going to talk about stuff, they don't film like they used to. But I was listening to your show on Sunday, and at the end, you talked about a movie you watched with one of your grandkids. And man, you said something that really hit home, and it's so important to hear. I hope you remember it and can repeat it. But those people that seek help, it's not giving up. You remember talking about that? Oh, yeah. So the movie, by the way, everybody should check this out. This movie. It's out right now on streaming. I think we watched I want to say Netflix or Apple TV English. The movie is based on his best-selling book called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. And it's an animated film. It's 34 minutes long. That's all. Wow. That's the whole commitment that it's going to take out of your life. But it is so worth it. I think it's been nominated for an Oscar this time around as well. But yeah, I was talking about a great quote. The one that actually got my attention was the boy asked the horse. It's the children. The boy asked the horse, what is the bravest thing you've ever felt? And the horse said, help. That help is the bravest thing that I've ever said. He said, help is not, asking for help is not, asking for help is refusal to give help. That's one of the great quotes ever. It really is. Yeah, they're probably going through something in life, and they want to seek help, but they don't want to feel like it's a weak thing to do. That might push them over the edge and get the help they need. That's great. I just thought it was beautiful. And that film, that 34-minute film, is filled with quotes like that. I mean, just brimming over. It's so good. For people that listen half-assed, the boy, the mole, the horse, and the fox. The boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse. Fox and the horse. Okay, in order that he used these animals. So, oh, that's cool. All right, so they don't feel like they used to. And man, I could talk to you for 5 hours on this. My grandparents, my mom's parents, also my dad's parents, they lived in old homes. They were built, back in the turn of the century, from the old 1800s to 1900s. And there are so many things on those homes that are cool that they don't have anymore. Like, you remember a thing called the milk store? Yeah. I've got a client in Beverly Hills, in the lowlands of Beverly Hills, south of Wilshire Boulevard. And they live in a Spanish, I have a small Spanish revival house down there, around the Palm area. And yeah, it's a 1923 house, and it has a milk store. Isn't that great? It is so great. Yeah, it's just so good. One thing I get asked a lot, people are like, we own this house and we want to remodel it, we want to redo it, we want to update it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, as long as we don't get rid of some of these really cool features. You got to work or not. You got to say so. Because So, such an homage to a different time, right? And if anybody's wondering what a milk store is literally a tiny, it's almost like a mouthful. It's big enough for, a couple of bottles of milk. And there's a door on the inside of the house where you would retrieve it, and there's a door on the outside where the milkman opens it up and leaves your milk in the morning. I remember when I was a kid, back in the late 60s, early 70s, we had a milk truck that came by and dropped off milk. Stay with me in Montrose. One of the favorite things was to grab that and to steal those foil tops off of the glass bottle and to listen to all the cream under the top. My mom would get so upset with me if I got in there and got my finger down into the cream before she took those things up. Right. And you remember they came in that sort of like metal mesh wire pack holder. Yep. That's classic. When we moved into our house in 1971, when my dad moved out of the hills because he had 6 kids and didn't want to drive his kids somewhere every day, he wanted to live in the flat. I remember there used to be push button light switches. Oh, absolutely. And that was our house. That was the 70s. Yeah, our house, when Tina and I, we remodeled circa 1920s F, we actually have nothing but push button light switches throughout our entire area. There are places you can go, by the way, if you're restoring. There are places like House of Antique Hardware that literally sell brand new, fully 2023 code approved push button light switches with two buttons. So the button that goes on has a little mother of pearl inlay in the button. Wow, that's gonna be beautiful. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, hold on a second. I hope you can say the two charges with it. We got to talk about. There's a million things I'd love to talk about. They don't build them like they used to. Old things that don't exist anymore. But that man, they were beautiful, and they they have served great houses in the past that you don't see them much anymore. And we're going to discuss a few. Sound like we're live on KFI AM at 640. We're now with Frozen, KFI 24 hours. Performance at medieval times when parties going on strike, claiming they've been retaliated against since deciding to unionize. Night, Jake Bowman says they make half of what Disneyland performers make for the same broken bones and injury rate. They'll make $35 an hour, and then they schedule it to be less taxing than ours are. They'll do a 20-minute show, 4 times a day. And our show is 2 hours, and we could do up to 3 shows a day. Bowman says medieval times gave performers who do unionize 25% raises, while offering those union employees 1% raises. Each two of the strikes started today, medieval times, on summer. This report brought by American Vision Windows. The guy shot himself across from the Glendale Police Department. They say multiple officers ran outside at the hearing of gunshots and said why the guy shot himself and he's taken to the hospital. An appeals court in Arizona has rejected Republican candidate Terry Lake's challenge of her defeat in the governor's race against Democrat Katie Hobbs. It also rejected claims of election misconduct. The Arizona Court of Appeals says Lake presented no evidence that voters whose ballots were unreadable at polling places were not able to vote. Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman has checked himself into a hospital to get treated for clinical depression. It was also pronounced yesterday Fetterman experienced depression on and off throughout it, but it became more severe recently. Fetterman went to the hospital last week after feeling lightheaded. His office says the attending physician in Congress recommended he get inpatient care. I don't get it. Urgent. In case you can't keep track of all of the biopics that are out there, Netflix, Amazon, and just in general, a new one is coming to Apple TV Plus about Texas, the video game. The film stars Aaron Edgerton, who played Elton John in a biopic about camp. It's inspired by the true story of 2 computer geeks who try to evade the KGB and smuggle that famous video game out of the Soviet Union. Comes out March 31st. We'll take a look at the 118 freeway next. If you're hurt in an accident besides your car being damaged, the injury from your car accident may have a ripple effect on your entire life. Insurance accident attorneys know all too well what injured victims go through. Your injury can keep you from everyday activities, not to mention having to live with pain. That's why the attorneys at Sweet Names have devoted their lives to helping injured clients like you to get the help you need immediately. So while you're trying to heal, they're working on your case. And they can get you the money you deserve. That's what they do, right? You can financially recover. And if you're going to go and treat yourself, they're going to treat you with compassion all along the way as well. Sweet Days is one reason help hurt victims get better physically, financially, and emotionally. That's all they've been doing for 18 years. They've recovered over $1 million for their clients, and they're awarded Best Attorneys in America. You pay nothing until they win. If you're in an accident, you got to call Sweet Days, 800-500-5200, 800-500-5200. around 40, mostly cloudy, and a little warmer tomorrow, maybe 5 degrees. Kind of the same temperature through the weekend, but we'll have fewer clouds. 55 in Placentia, 50 in Laguna de Go. Breakdown, day ahead, and Mission Hill.
It's only 118 eastern, coming up on the 405. Trying to propose running the brake right now is to stop all rain so we can get this strong car middle range. Watch for delays away from Balboa Boulevard. Also, in Boyle Heights on the 5, northbound coming up right after 10. Up to that, it's blocking the left lane of the 10-left connector. Only delays on that 5 are slowing down overall, almost from the 710 freeway. After checking out Irvine, this is the 5 miles down with a slow drive off the 133 all the way to Harbor and Anaheim. And at 91 eastbound, it's mess tonight on the way from the 57 freeway out of Anaheim. You're on the bridge to head to Green River. KFI in the sky. Hope to get you there faster. I'm Lisa Martinez.
The Ford President's Day Celadon is happening now at your Ford dealer. Pick from the 2022 Explorer. It's America's all-time best-selling SUV with 0% APR plus 1,036 cash. But hurry in. The Ford President's Day Celadon ends Monday. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit. 0% APR financing for 36 months to $27.78 per month for $1,000 financing. Simple 0% down. For $1,000 Ford credit with cash, must trade a 1995 or newer vehicle to qualify. Offer expires 2/2023. Dealer for details.
So this classic is how to project the extreme return of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, starring Michelle Yeoh. Now in sunny 4K restoration. Magical, romantic, empowering, unmatchable. See the jaw-dropping storyline, the incredible action above the key time, and the astonishing gravity-defying stunts, all on the big screen for a limited time. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, directed by Annie Lee, with a PG-13, starts Friday, February 17th.
Before I started Rooter Hill Plumbing, I was an angry young man. Hello, I'm John Napoleon, founder of Rooter Hill Plumbing. I was angry because my dad died when I was 17 and he left me alone. I was angry because I couldn't go to college with my friends and because I had to drop out of high school. It's not a pleasant story. But as I grew older, I also grew up. I realized that my dad didn't leave me alone. He left me with values and principles that continue to shape my life. Dad said, be on time. He didn't like it when people were late. He taught me to be polite. It was something I lost, but recaptured along the way. And he taught me to keep my promises, because broken promises lead to broken relationships. We teach these values at Rooter Hill Plumbing. I think we have a pretty good company. I know we have great people. And if one of our heroes fails to live up to these values, please call me. My private number is on the back of every Rooter Hill business card. You can also reach us at RooterHill.com. Thank you. If your business has 5 or more employees and manage to survive COVID, you could be eligible to receive a payroll tax rebate of up to $26,000 per employee. That's real money. Not alone either. It's a refund of your taxes. The trick is getting it clean. Complicated, lots of red tape. So let me suggest going to GetRefunds.com. Their team of tax attorneys are experts in the federal payroll tax refund program, and they've already returned billions to businesses. So it will probably help you too. No charge up front and share a percentage of the cash that they get for you. And businesses of all types can qualify, including those that get PPP money and nonprofits. Even if you have increases in sales, you can qualify. To find out if your business does qualify, go to GetRefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, answer a few questions, then start to work. GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com. The news, why it matters. Recording. Down myself. Pretty big stories happening here in Los Angeles. They've just ended in Whittier. You hear a lot of helicopters up there. What's going on there? And we also have drug cartels using Snapchat and other social media to target children. It's no good. The 2 people hospitalized after an accident in Maui. Here's Travis with us. He is the host of the Being Sharp, the House Whisperer, every Saturday morning, 6 to 8 a.m., and Sunday morning from 9 a.m. until noon. And we're talking about old things that really don't exist in homes anymore. You know, I wonder if that store that sells the push keys, 60s, and 70s made out of metal were just beautiful. Yeah, they did. Oh, good. These are readily available. You know what else? What's the name of the place again? I want to go there. I'll give you this. It's a online store. Oh, good. HouseOfAntiqueHardware.com. You're going to find all sorts of stuff beautiful, really. And one of the things that we always push our clients, if we have any kind of a period home at all, is to change out their air conditioning registry. Oh, that's a great idea. Now, these new ones, they've got fins, but they're hidden behind the grill, right? So you don't see the fins. They're still directional. They work just as well. And they're aluminum, but they look like old iron bras. Beautiful, beautiful AC grills. Hey, let me ask you a question. My dad grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. We used to visit my grandmother. We were there every June, July, and August. And when she turned the heater on, the pipes used to sing. There would go bang, 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 bum, 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 and it was really loud. What was that from? Well, is that water? The question is whether they had radiators or whether they had a gravity furnace. I'm guessing they had radiators. Yeah, they did. Really fun. That's pipes expanding with the water inside. That hot steam running through the pipe, causing those cold pipes to expand and rub against the side of the house. So, do they still make those? And if you want to go old school? Yeah. It's hard to find out here. East of the Mississippi, you can still find steam fitters and plumbing supply places that you can get replaced because there are still houses that still have their radiators intact. Nowadays, though, and by the way, radiant heat, oh my gosh, that's the all ever. But now, if we build new, I always opt for heat as the client will for it, and but we're talking about entire coils that are underneath the entire floor. So not just the radiator or the corner of a room, but the entire floor is using heat, and that is just the 21st century way to properly heat a house. Being service, do you ever run across a house that has an outdoor fireplace door where you can literally open outside, put the logs in, and then open another door to get the logs inside? My grandfather had one of those. It's a firebox itself or a door just for the logs? A door just for the logs. It was a door? Yeah. Open up the outside. What a great way to get logs in-house. You don't just drag it over carpet or clean floors. It is. And, I love that kind of stuff, and we love keeping and preserving that kind of stuff because it just tells a story, right? It tells a story about where this house came from and what life was like back then. Yeah, do you remember, I also, there was like a phone booth, or, a place where just the phone would go, and it's like a carved out part of the wall, and the phone would fit there. Yeah, and that's you don't realize that, when you when I was growing up, I'm a little older than absolutely. And, as the years rolled on, we thought we were getting really fancy when we're like, well, listen, if you want to move out of the room where the phone is found, you just buy like a 30-foot board. That's right. My grandparents, speaking of old school, things that, have changed over the years, they don't build like they used to. They were on a party line up in Canada, and their ring was a long ring, a short ring, and a long ring, and there were 19 other people on the party line, so you'd wait to hear your ring to pick it up. That is just so crazy. What a day and age it was when phone switchboards were first a thing, right? And so the operator sitting at the local switching station, he knew everything about everyone. That's right. She's listening to all, sure. And do you remember having to call to see what time it was, when you're setting your clock? Yeah, I remember actually being 4 years old and getting in big trouble from my mom because I basically pressed 0, talked to the operator for about 3 minutes, and the operator told me, when she figured out what was going on, she's like, hey, can I talk to your mom? I'm like, sure. So I said, hey, make the mistake of handing the phone to my mom. And then, of course, that was all. All right, so the big show this weekend, they don't build them like they used to. This is going to be a great show. You do that both on Saturday and Sunday? Yeah, we're going to do it Saturday and Sunday. And just so everybody knows, it's not just a trip down memory lane. What I'm doing, actually, is, this thing goes both ways. When we say they don't build them like they used to, in a lot of situations, that's a good thing. And we're going to use this as an excuse to talk about all sorts of new systems, things that are available to people, why we have done it differently, and also kind of harken back to a time that I think we're missing out on, especially in terms of craftsmanship. And that's an era that I would like to reclaim. So we're going in both directions, but it's going to help you understand your house that much better. Saturday and Sunday. That's excellent. And one of the things that that are that still remains to this day without much improvement is the clothes chute. Into the laundry room. Where on the second floor, you throw clothes down a chute that goes into the laundry room. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, we actually, that's kind of standard fare for a luxury estate home when we can actually make it happen and line things up. So laundry chute, that's the thing. It's like old double hung windows, right? With the tables that used to go with lead weights in the side of the wall. Oh, yeah. The springs in the window. Gravity, yeah, if you do something that basically works on gravity, it's still working. 100 years later, gravity's still a thing. Yeah, it was my grandparents, and I didn't understand this until I was a little older, but they used to have boards on top of their walls, and they used to hang pictures that way. Instead of pounding nails into a wall, they would hang them through these boards. We still do it. But not when you have lath plaster walls, you can't just, it's not like drywall, they're not soft. Right? You skip out a piece of concrete, so we hang what's called picture rails. It's a molding that goes up here at the top, and it has a hook, and you put hooks and hangers, and all the pictures hang that way. That's right. Buddy, I love having you on. I'll be listening again this weekend. I love the show. I love when Tina comes on. It's a great, cool vibe. There's not a lot of hostility. It's just a great way to wake up on a Saturday. I really enjoy it. Zero hostility. Yeah, I do right now. I love hostility. All right, I'll be listening. All right, take care. There he goes. We'll talk every Saturday morning here on KFI, 6 to 8 a.m., and then Sunday morning from 9 a.m. until noon. He worked 9 a.m. until 11, and then the ratings came in, and kicked ass, and we gave him another hour. You were talking about putting the laundry chute from the second floor down here. Right? One thing that Jen and I really noticed, like, looking at new construction that we're considering doing our house, is I'm thinking I'm going to take out half of a bedroom and make it a laundry room upstairs. Oh, that's a great idea. That's where all the things. Why do you have laundry downstairs, right, and all the bedrooms upstairs? It never. It always amazed me why that goes down that way. Yeah. And I think it initially was because of affecting floods, lazy water, all that stuff. All right, very good. We'll check in with Mo Kelly when we come back. It's Conway Silver live on KFI AM 641 now. The Project, the KFI 24 News, and was arrested in 2020 for hitting a man in head with a mallet near San Diego in 2016. Has been sentenced to 31 years to life in prison. The victim died almost 4 years after getting hit. Tesla is recalling more than 360,000 of its vehicles with full self-driving technology because the Fed said they've got problems around intersections and following seasons. The new study says the moans and wails that whales make may be signs of loneliness. Researchers say those moans and wails were definitely fewer as the population grew. Homes are up in Santa Clarita.
It's on the northbound side of the 14 before Golden Valley Road. Now, past drivers out there, it looks like they may have just wrapped up, and traffic is a huge mess leaving the 5. I say that because the work zone that was just before Golden Valley Road, I'm starting to see some traffic moving faster through the area. But heading to Newhall Avenue, still pretty dense and slow. Looks like they may have just shifted their work zone a little closer. If you see this county, they say keyword KFI traffic. Also checking out the drive along the 405 in the Supportive Path. It's just southbound the race of way from Scarborough Center and stretches as you continue all the way towards the 710 freeway. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Rachel Martinez.
It's Ross Tucker. Here's trending from the iHeart Sports Network presented by DraftKings. The Clippers finished the first half of their NBA season with tonight's Still versus the Suns. Communications with Russell Westbrook have been initiated as well. College men's basketball tonight, fourth-line UCLA entertains Stanford, while USC battles Cal. State running back Alvin Kamara and 3 others were indicted by a grand jury assaulting a man at a Vegas nightclub during the weekend of the 2022 Pro Bowl. I'm Frank Allen. Hey, it's Ross Tucker. If you'd like to make things a little more interesting, download this for the newest episode of the Even Money Podcast that DraftKings releasing every Tuesday, available wherever you listen to podcasts, football and betting. The Even Money Podcast. This report is sponsored by Southern California Edison. Southern California Edison wants you to know that downed wires are dangerous. Never approach or touch a downed wire or anything in contact with it. Stay away and call 911. Stay alert. Think big. Learn more at STV.
Dude, they've had 86 stuff in another world, bro.
Call Chevrolet Costa Mesa. We're offering President's Day savings all month long on Silverados, Suburbans,
Fitness, there's no end to what you can try with your 3-day free pass. Sign up at startlafitness.com. From cycling to swimming, running to rowing, dance to downward dog, and saddle ropes to box jump. It's all here at LA Fitness. When you join LA Fitness, it opens the door to premium amenities like basketball courts, Olympic lifting platform, pools, and saunas. This is the best time to make a new day resolution. Any day can be your day to start fresh at LA Fitness. Get your pass today. Come in the club or join online with our
Yoshi, I'm too smart for
yoga, single classes, cycling,
Yoshi, I got everything
classes.
to send
Your
it.
muscles may get tired,
And I
but
send
your
it.
workouts never will. Get started at startlafitness.com with your free 3-day pass at startlafitness.com. That's startlafitness.com.
I swear to God, this is idiotic.
Certain amenities may be available for an additional fee. Free 3-day pass is redeemable by non-members only. Other restrictions apply. Join Las Vegas welcomes you to Awakening, a new theatrical experience created by award-winning artists. In which a spectacular sound, meet colorful characters, and journey with them through wondrous land. Experience Awakening. Get your tickets at awakening.com.
Across Southern California, one thing is certain. When news break, we're the ones to watch. When you need the facts to help keep your family safe, we're the ones to watch. Whether you're a routine weather watcher or a speed cruise traffic sighter, you guessed it, we're the ones to watch. Before first morning light, to well after midnight. We are Fox 11, the one for SoCal. Gordon Ramsay and Joel McHale are totally stoked about sharing Thursday night on Fox. You are back. Oh my God. And it all starts with a smash hit cooking competition that has set the world on fire. Are you ready to bring the next level track? It's the premiere of the Christine Ranger comedy, Animal Control.
You just saw a 911 a bear in a hot tub.
It's all a lot. Are you turning that phone? It all starts tonight at 8 on Fox 11, the one to watch. The Ford President's Day Telethon is happening now at your Ford dealer. Pick from the 2022 Explorer. It's America's all-time best-selling SUV with 0% APR plus 1,000 36 cash. But hurry in. The Ford President's Day Telethon ends Monday. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit. 0% APR financing for 36 months or $27.78 per month for 1,000 financing. Simple 0% down. For $1,000 Ford 36 cash must trade a 1995 renewal vehicle to qualify. Offer expires in 2023. Dealer for details. Of course, your favorite station is on the free iHeartRadio app. They can put you anywhere and listen anytime. Plus, it's out the other stations and trailers, all free. Download our free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. California will begin phasing out Mylar balloons. They will become a legal contraband. I'm quite sure on the black market you'll still be able to find your Mylar balloons. My name is Redneck. And if they don't have that, then they must not have Redneck. Locally, I got the Mylar balloons, the silver spoons, and everything that you need to make it party. Hi, live 7 to 10 p.m. on Day Live and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. From the student and we have the Support Summer Show over everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Go get that. That's the cool thing to have. Big stories going on here. We have 3.5 flies after an accident in Malibu. Just heard Mo County talking about those balloons and was introduced. Stand by. And there's a big, huge golf tournament in town this weekend. It is at the Riviera Golf Course. It's Tiger Woods is on the leaderboard. He's in tied for 27 at -2. He shot at 69 today, and he is going to be playing again tomorrow. He's number 20, tied for 27. But there are a lot of cats tied for 27. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're talking about 20 people tied for 27. But the guy winning right now, the guy leading is Max Homa at -7. And so that'll be at the Riviera Golf Course this weekend.
I was just like,
flying out there and enjoy yourself. It's a pretty cool thing. Riviera Country Club, for people who don't know where that is at the Riviera. Southern West Side, also from just down near Palisades, in that area. And it's a beautiful, beautiful old golf course. And it's the event to host of the world's greatest golfers and most prestigious tournament.
No one gives a shit about your little geographical fucking shit.
And remember, 2 years ago, that's the tournament that he was playing in when he got into his accident.
No one did.
In Dallas Verdict, with building stuff. So that's a good, cool deal out there. In 1948, the U.S. Open was there.
Dude, that's on you, man.
In 1995, there's a PGA Championship there. And in 1998, and in 2000, there's the Senior Open. Then the amateur, U.S. Amateur Tournament was there as well in 2017. So it's a beautiful, old, unbelievable golf course. If you get off the 405 on Sunset and you go west towards the ocean, you'll run right into that golf course. So go out, spend a couple of bucks, walk around, bring a sweater or a jacket from the chilly this weekend. But Riviera is where it's happening this weekend. Get out to Riviera. Watch the golf this weekend. Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be pretty neat. All right, the FDA is warning Americans on the cruise line ahead of spring travel. That's warning, FDA warning to a cruise line with spring break travel season about to start. The agency found that the company did not change procedures after passengers came down with Louisiana's disease. Ariel Reckitt is here now with more than one area.
This warning to you, Michael. Yeah, this is alarming. The FDA is sending that warning in a letter to American cruise lines after its investigators discovered bacteria that causes disease in the drinking water on two of the ships. The investigation was initiated after 3 passengers who traveled on the American Star and American Heritage in spring and fall of 2021 were diagnosed with the waterborne illness. The sector's finding potentially dangerous bacteria in waterhead pipes in both crew and passenger rooms, in some tanks and in water tanks.
Yeah, it's in the water pipes on a couple of these ships. So it's nasty.
In the letter, the FDA is saying even after alerting American cruise lines about the problem, they did not change their procedures, as you mentioned, regarding potable water or procedures for flushing or disinfection, and oversight appears to be lacking. The agency's warning is continues to have concerns the problem could be more widespread, and the FDA is urging the cruise lines to proactively address any water issues on their other ships to avoid further cases. Agency has reached out to the company. So far, we have not heard back. But an important note is the marriage can be treated with antibiotics if possible.
Oh, boy. You know what American Cruise Line is? Maybe you've not heard of the cruise line. It's that one that has these smaller ships that go up on rivers. You know, they have the Mississippi River cruise, the Columbia River up in Oregon, and California cruises as well. And so they have American river boats, and that's what they're talking about. They're not talking about these huge, cruise ships that have 7,000 people on board. These are the smaller ones. It's the American Cruise Line. It is a fantastic cruise line. I've seen the ships before. I've never been on it before, but everybody that goes on one of these ships says they have the time of their life, especially up the Columbia River. When you start in Astoria and you go all the way up to the Columbia River, that is sensational. So you have American riverboats, the coastal cats, you also have the paddle wheelers, and the independent class coastal ships as well. But it really is a fantastic cruise. The Columbia River up to the Snake River, you can't beat that. Especially if you go on one of these paddle wheel ships up in the Northwest. To the Northwest, it's 8 days, 7 nights, and it's just sensational. It's a smaller ship, so it's quiet. You're not going to get a bunch of kids walking, running around and getting all crazy. And it goes to Astoria, the first night is Kalama, and then it goes up past Hayden Island, up all the way through the Dalles, up the Hood River, and all the way into, I think it goes all the way into eastern Washington, like Spokane, just south of Spokane, a place called Clarkston or Lewiston. And so that is an unbelievable cruise. If you love cruising and you love seeing American history, that is the cruise to go on. The American Cruise Line from Astoria all the way up to Clarkston, Washington, which is eastern Washington. It's really fantastic. Beautiful. There's only 180 guests on the ship, 180 guests. So you'll be able to, get to know a bunch of people. It's quiet. It's probably for older people. You don't get young couples who are in their 20s on this thing. All right, later with Mo Kelly is coming up next. Have you ever taken one of the smaller cruises up the Columbia River, doing that. Viking cruises too. Yeah, Viking does that as well. Yeah, American does that. Viking has some beautiful ones over in Europe. They go up Norway and Switzerland. And yeah, definitely want to do those. You know, I'm trying to get you to go along with me. Yeah, mostly your wife. My wife won't go. My daughter won't go. They don't. They can't do the cruise for some reason. What I recommend is you get convince them to go on like a short 3-day cruise. Yeah. Well, the problem is my daughter and my wife, they want to be able to see land at all times. And some of them, I want to see land always. What was most appealing on the 3-day cruise is it's going down like the Mexico, yeah. You can't come that far, but you can see that's right. Yeah. The one that goes from LAX to Hawaii, that's tough to see land the entire time. Yeah, I would love to see that. I would love to do the Columbia River one though. That sounds cool. What's on the program here? Well, we have some bad news we have to share. People haven't heard regarding Bruce Willis wants to get rid of his flowers and get rid of his views, given the bad news, prognosis, and diagnosis made public today about his dementia here. That happened quickly. It did. And it may progress quickly as well. Oh, man, that's the worst way to go. All right, anything else on the Big Dog program? Yeah, there's a new documentary on Muhammad Ali we're going to discuss, and also Taco Bell has opened its first real restaurant. Really, in Hollywood. In Hollywood, yeah. You know, you like that kind of. All right, so no more drive-through. You know, have you used reservations? Well, it's a hand see that. So wow. They sell food too. Excellent. All right, Mo Kelly is up next here live and heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Download show will be on tomorrow, 4 o'clock, and KFI 640. The news has been updated. ViralRabbi. KFI. KOST, Los Angeles, Orange County. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. No tents allowed. I'm in team live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The LA City Council has approved its ban on homeless camping in some locations on the west side. Newly elected Councilwoman Tracy came to enforce the camping ban in her district. Her predecessor, Mike Bonnie, refused to. We will not do enforcement until every individual living on the street has been offered the opportunity to come inside. Park says people in our district want a ban on camping. Yesterday's vote banned sleeping and storing property within 500 feet of several parks, recreation centers, and other facilities. A search and rescue team from the LA County Sheriff's Department has returned from the scene of that massive earthquake in Turkey. Mike Leland says hours after the quake, he reached out to the Turkish consulate, which got the ball rolling on that end. But since the whole team is made up of volunteers, he had to figure out how to get over there and where to stay. He got in touch with a buddy at UPS who worked it out with one of their vendors. They arranged for us to get Trump flights rented from Turkish Airlines. They were super to fly us over. And then I raised private money to pay for our hotels and incidental like car rentals and stuff like that. Oh wow! You remember last Saturday when we got their first assignment from Turkish officials, you recorded the experience. And so we go to that location, and sure enough, there was a woman's voice, you can hear under the rubber. And then during this process, trying to get access to her, then a second voice was heard, and it turned out that it was this woman's son, who was 18 years old. So after about 4 hours, we finally got both of them out. What was that scene like? Pretty much what we were anticipating. It was kind of like almost like a Armageddon kind of thing. We had nothing but huge house levels where we used to 15-story apartment building. He would spend 7 days there and rescue 3 people, and they all used their own personal vacation time to go. Gregory by name. A student at Van Nuys High School has been detained for taking a fake gun at the school. The school was put on lockdown this afternoon. Cops say it's not fair, but disciplinary action for criminal charges with students. A couple in LA has sued a company in Irvine over a recall of a product for embryos at fertility clinics worldwide. Fujifilm oil turned out to be toxic and killed a client's embryos. Lawyer Adam Wolf says the recall was not only negligently not made public, it affected more than just this first couple. In fact, the oil from Fujifilm Irvine Scientific killed the embryos of an enormous number of people. Lawyer Ashley Drexel says the oil is supposed to protect embryos while they're stored. It prevents the embryo from burning out. It stabilizes the embryo's temperature, humidity, and osmosis. Fujifilm Irvine Scientific says its oil has received a small number of complaints. In Orange County, Corbin Carson at FIU.
President Biden says he will not apologize for ordering the U.S. to shoot down the surveillance balloon from China over the South Carolina coast. Biden says he ordered the balloon to be shot down month as soon as it was safe to do so.
Sending a clear message. The violation of our sovereignty is unacceptable. We'll act to protect our country, and we did.
Biden says the balloon was the size of several school buses. He says he's not looking to go to war with China, but will continue apologies for shooting down the balloon. Moderna says its COVID-19 vaccine will continue to be free even after the government stops paying for it. It says vaccines will be available at no cost for insured, uninsured, and underinsured people, whether they get them at their doctor's offices or local pharmacies. The public health emergency expires in May. Southland weather can play a cloudy with very cold, lows in the 30s and 40s, with upper teens and 20s in the Antelope Valley. Mostly cloudy, a little bit warmer tomorrow. Highs in the mid-60s at the beaches, around 70 for Metro LA and Window Seat. Upper 50s and 60s in the valleys and IV, 50s in the Antelope Valley. Becoming mostly sunny on Saturday afternoon with highs in the 60s to around 70, 60s to low 70s for Sunday, about the same for President's Day Monday. 57 in Fullerton, 51 Rancho Santa Margarita, 51 in Palo Verde, 53 in Santa Monica.
That'd be a nice thing to do, and I think we can all put it behind it.
By saddlebackeyes.com. The Dow ended the day down 431 cents, the NASDAQ off 215, S&P 500 lost 57. The average price for regular unleaded in California, $4.68 a gallon.
For a limited time, get up to $1,800 off LASIK from saddlebackeyes.com.
It's slow in Anaheim on the 91. Eastbound is backing up away from Green River South. The rain taking you ahead all the way to Green River. The popular section in the 55 northbound with the way from Capella to the 91. And the 241 northbound is still crawling along from the Windy Ridge Toll Plaza on approach to that 91 freeway. It's a slow drive as you make your way across the 105 in Hawthorne. Eastbound, right over Hawthorne Boulevard, it looks like a passenger center out of one, but traffic is just jammed off the 405. Move the way to head all the way to the 605. And out of Santa Monica, the 10 eastbound remains slow from Cloverfield across Mississippi to the 5 in Boyle Heights. Even in Santa Clarita, it looks like that work done might still be going on. It looks like there's 2 locations on the 14 northbound. This is coming right up on Factory to Canyon Road. Once the contact is on the scene, perhaps a rain restriction or 2 and some foot traffic from the 5. Turn off Iron Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Lisa Martinez.
This hour is sponsored by Advanced Hair Restoration. Across Southern California, one thing is certain. When you break, we're the ones to watch. When you need a sack to help keep your family safe, we're the ones to watch. Whether you're a routine weather watcher or a food traffic cider, you get it. We're the ones to watch. Before first morning light, so well after good night. We are Fox 11, the one for SoCal. Gordon Ramsay and Joel McHale are totally stoked about sharing Thursday night on Fox. You are the best. Oh my God. And it all starts with a trash hit cooking competition that has set the world on fire. Are you ready to be my next level fast? It's the premiere of the previously new comedy.
Beautiful, and I'm the one on a bear in a hot tub.
It's so relaxed. I'm in that phone. It all starts tonight at 8 on Fox 11, the one to watch. It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Shut the fuck up, I swear to God.
Personal info. Has anyone seen Social Security number? Nope. Oh no. It's stolen. BlackRock by ordinance is easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, you're worth the victim. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here. Business True Crime Podcast, Paper Ghost, is back with a brand new case. Season 3 digs deep into the 1993 cold case murder of Hank Zozowicki, a New Jersey college student, and uncovers a murky police investigation, a pool of new suspects, and a community still desperate for answers 30 years later.
We're supposed to be on campus, and she's not here, and people are starting to get worried.
Listen to Paper Ghost on on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast. This is Jacob Emron. If you've been in a truck accident, call 844-24 more stimulating songs.
And iHeartRadio station.
It went like this, and I didn't see that.
It's later with Mo Kelly. 5 a.m. Big Story. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Some of the big stories that we're following right now. Taco Bell Cantina has opened in Hollywood, and booze is on the menu. We're going to talk about that next segment. And there's the unfortunate news about Bruce Willis, who was diagnosed with a form of dementia, and that was revealed today. And there is this. And the team, let me first say good evening to you. This first story I wanted to talk about is probably near and dear to your heart. I know it's near and dear to mine. That pitchers and catchers reported for the Dodgers today, and we will be very close to Dodgers baseball. I cannot wait. Now, when you say pitchers and catchers, it doesn't mean that the spring training is getting ready to start, but it's the first step. And the position players, I think, report on the 20th.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
The reason I talk about this is because there's also a story which is running parallel to that about this Dodgers gondola, which is running into some issues here. And if you don't know, there were plans to have this like sky gondola. If you old enough to remember what they had at Disneyland, something like that, which would take you across maybe Chinatown, taking more directly to the park. It would alleviate some of the traffic. It was a way that you could walk up to an area and then go to the park as opposed to having to drive up and park and pay, I don't know, $20, $30.
A little more than that.
It is?
Yeah.
I'll see that ticket. I usually go on the Silver Line bus from the Metro Transit Center in Gardena, which is free. That's how I get there. So I've been driven down in many years.
Please change the name of the room. It's not anti-gravity or exotic vehicle.
No. I usually go right as the game is almost ending. They will line up like 5 or 6 buses to leave right as the game ends, and you get there right before the game ends. You get a seat, and they don't wait. It's just, you can get out there very quickly.
Oh,
I got it down to a side.
oh, and I'm so interested. It's $25 for general parking if you fly in it in advance. $30 on game day, 40 for a little bit closer in, and 50 if it's counting.
Now, see, that is why I'd rather just go down with the Silver Line bus and not have to worry about parking or anything like that. Not that I get so lifted up. It's just, you know, if you ever try to drive out of Dodger Stadium after the game is over, that bottleneck, not something that can ever really improve. It's not going to get any better. Now, if you go down the 110 Freeway South, they have taken away a lane from the 110 South for the end of Dodger games. So it's a little bit easier to get out of Dodger Stadium. It's more difficult to go home on the 110 South. I know this because when I leave the studio, anytime after 8:30, 9 o'clock, you lose that lane to a really bottleneck when you go into downtown. But if you're leaving Dodger Stadium, it's a little bit easier. I'm just saying all this. I am just very excited about the prospect of the return of Dodger baseball, regardless of how they played out in the playoffs last year. But I do want to ask you this, anything. Because I got the chance to go to a few games last year, and I got to see what was to me the new Dodger Stadium, how they closed off that concourse. You can walk all the way around Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, the outfield pavilion.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I didn't even recognize the stadium because of all the improvements that they made in the previous years. Actually, good seats which were down low, but I still took the chance and the opportunity to walk all the way around the concourse, see the different food offerings. I didn't even know that they had so much to offer right about now.
Yeah, the other cool thing about the pavilion is that, like you said, you can walk all the way around and go out to the outfield, and before the game they have some gates open. Basically, you can go stand at the back of the outfield and look out onto the field. So you basically have the vantage point of one of the outfielders. So it's kind of fun.
Well, that's the shuttle actually lets you off. So when you come into the park, you get to see the fullness of Dodger Stadium, and you get to walk that portion of the concourse. There's so many more options as far as food. They have much better, I would say, gift places where you can buy hats and everything. It's just much more much more thoughtful as far as its layout. Well, you don't have to miss as much of the game if you're trying to get food or anything like that. There's food like every 6 feet.
But I'm a traditionalist. You and me both. Gotta do dogs and beer, baby.
Well, that's the only time I do drink beer is when I go to the Dodger game. And the only problem with the Dodger dogs is they're not Farmer John anymore.
I know, they're not as good.
And you can taste the difference,
but they're not as good.
No, you can eat it, but it just reminds you that they're not as good. And it just kind of reminds you that the Dodgers, they played out at the end of last season.
That's okay. They still made it to the playoffs. It's going to be a great season, and I can't wait to sit in the stands with a Dodger dog in one hand and a beer in the other and watch the game.
Okay, we have to go together at one point because I got tired of you sending me pictures at Dodger Stadium. Now, here's the difference. Here's how I'm going to tie it all together. Remember, people were asking, so what do you do with your weekends now if you actually have weekends? Well, I enjoy greatly being able to go to like a Sunday afternoon Dodger game. And I want to get back to doing that. Before, I would go to a Sunday afternoon Dodger game, and I'd have to leave kind of early so I could make it to the studio later that night for a show. And so I don't have to do that anymore, so I want to be able to take in more Dodger game activities. So when I saw the news that this is in Texas for reporting, and I saw that the Sky Gondola, which is like it's a parallel story to the Dodgers, but it just reminds me that Dodgers baseball. I can't do a real good story, but it's time for Dodger baseball.
You're right, you don't do a really good baseball.
Thank goodness that you did not give her a run stop for that, because that would have been very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. It's later with Mo Kelly. There by N640 Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. We're going to talk Taco Bell when we come back. We have a kind of cantina and alcohol. And maybe weed too? Not joking. We'll talk about it. Anything has news.
Two people have been taken into custody after driving a white minivan right from the front of their case through Whittier. The group was arrested after police were able to block the minivan with 350D. LAPD and the LA County Sheriff's Department of boosted patrols around Jewish synagogues in neighborhoods after 2 people were shot in West LA in the Chico-Robertson area. The first shooting happened around 10 a.m. yesterday, the second at 8:30 this morning. Both people survived. The high cost of living in Los Angeles is currently driving people to the Inland Empire. New data from the U.S. Postal Service shows the LA metro area saw the second largest net loss of households and businesses from 2018 to 2022. Becoming cloudy overnight, spring tomorrow with highs in the 50s to about 70. This report brought to you by Santa Monica Buick GMC. From the Southern California Toyota Village Traffic Center, let's go places. It's slow in Pasadena on the Pecan. It's a few sun signs that still loading up away from Lincoln, and it remains slow all the way into Ibiza, looking at a discount Citrus. 97 El Brea, this is the 57 northbound, way through Lambert, all the way to the 60. 100 is slow moving on the 91 eastbound from River South all the way to Green River. The 241 northbound is affected from the Lady Ridge Toll Plaza, and the 55 northbound still slow moving from Capella Avenue to the 91. KFIE side, help get you there faster. I'm into Martinez.
Santa Monica Buick GMC. The free no-charge maintenance package with every new vehicle has been held over till Saturday at Santa Monica Buick GMC, home of Denaliville, USA. Santa Monica Buick GMC.com. This report is sponsored by Duffy Power Services. Duffy Power Services is the leading supplier of emergency power supplies and backup generators to Southern California. Your business deserves more uptime and fewer power issues. With Duffy's help, your power will keep running smoothly. Go to DuffyPower.com. That's DuffyPower.com. This President's Day, don't miss Hail to the Chief sale. Don't you mean Hail to the Chief, right? Number one, Hail to the Chief, with over 50% off the best brand. Plus, with your good credit, buy today and click interest-free for 36 months. On purchase of about $3,000 with your minimum monthly payment is 10% down. I'm going straight to Hail. Like you're killing me, man. This people being anyone's advertised price of your mattress for free. Contractor license 1047-781. Dealers and homeowners say we fit together. Waivers being rejuvenation. Food, outdoor events, breakdowns by performing 6 critical adjustments for just $129. Another one is more on-call new grounds for just $80 with a 30-foot drain check. And we're on call 24/7, 365 days a year. And our drain cleaning service is just $80. So nice, I said it's fun. Little air conditioning and pumps. TRILLIONAIRE.com. We do things the right way, not the easy way.
You need blind to save? BlindShade.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters with free shipping and prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blind Shade's President's Day. Hurry, stay on February 23rd. BlindShade.com.
50 years, maybe a lifetime to build trust. Once one, it's a precious value. I'm Michael Akiva, managing partner at Jacoby & Meyer. We're honored to have earned your trust since 1972, and there's nothing we value more. Jacoby & Meyer, the name you trust. I'm Martin Hope, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I told you about how your nose is the body's care filter. The Navage's power ductor will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. And the Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like John's quote, after walking around my whole life being a mouth breather, I was excited to try Navage. I read the directions carefully, pressed the button, and oh my gosh, what a sensation. So much music, so much crud, but oh sweet, merciful air, I can finally breathe you through my nose. Never have I ever taken such an amazing breath in my life. This is a life changer, unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-C-E. Clean nose, healthy life. I'm attorney Darren Capanosi, founder of 1-800-NO-COP, reminding you to exercise your life to just shut up. It doesn't make you look guilty, it makes you look smart. 1-800-NO-COP, because no one looks to make up. Hey, let's get into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-COP.
Like, look, what Will said in the book.
The impact artificial intelligence is having on search, but it's also changing our world. There are dozens of websites that can generate custom artwork and images instantly using artificial intelligence. All you have to do is type in a few keywords. As you might imagine, not every artist is happy about it. Brilliant content with Rich DeNiro every morning at 11 on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Nacho no grande, tutti gordita, I like your nachos like diarrhea, man, I really like Taco Bell ice cream, what you make my food, something on the floor, I think it's good, man, I like Taco Bell. If you the highest part of the great one, hotel. KFI AM 640. Here are some of the headlines that we are following at this time. LA County Sheriff Robert Luna has created a new office with the goal of eradicating deputy gangs. And San Diego area beaches have been closed with raw sewage leaks from Mexico. And there's this. I haven't had Taco Bell in I don't know how many years. No exaggeration. And it's not that I don't like Taco Bell. It's just that there's too much damn sodium in it. But the taste is fantastic. That's connected to too much damn sodium in it. And I do remember that Taco Bell was always closely related in a like a mental association sense to weed. And I thought about no, someone get the munchies. Get the munchies, go to Taco Bell. In fact, Taco Bell, they had even an ad campaign with kind of tiptoed around that under the border from get the munchies. Right, there it is. And so Taco Bell has always been right next door to marijuana sales, and they kind of advertise themselves as the premier late night munchie spot. So when I tell you about the Taco Bell Cantina, which has opened in Hollywood, well, can you see where all this could possibly go? And if we connect it to the new bill that was issued not too long ago that would allow marijuana retailers in California to operate kitchens and host events at their stores, you see the eventual marriage of munchies and marijuana. So you're not crazy. You're not crazy at all. Okay, here is what it's all about. The Taco Bell Cantina is at 6741 Hollywood Boulevard. And it's near, if you don't know the area, it's right next to Musso and Frank Grill, the Hollywood Wax Museum, and CCL Chinese Theater. It's like smack dab in the center of Hollywood. I just drove by there, and you're going to drive by there again, and I know you like some Taco Bell. Oh, I do. I do my language. So when you go to the Taco Bell cantina, know that it's not like one of these drive-through fast food joints that we know Taco Bell to be. It is a full-on restaurant, and there's even foods on the menu. They have beer, wine, sangria, and then how do you get that mustache? Yes, a Taco Bell restaurant. A Taco Bell restaurant. Is it a sit-down restaurant? Yes, a sit-down restaurant, like El Cholo. Yes, you're lying. But I don't want to talk like El Cholo, but it is a sit down traditional Mexican restaurant. Yeah, I can't say that the quality of food is going to be the same, but I'm saying it is a restaurant. Now, if you're really paying attention, and I know if you listen later with most others, you really pay attention. This is the first step in the eventual takeover of Taco Bell from the coming restaurant wars as described in 2032 of Demolition Man. Oh, right. So, wasn't a cocktail guy anyway. Because life was a lot of sure I did, and my reward is dinner and dancing at Taco Bell. And I like Mexican food. Come on. They tell us God is the pieces, but you didn't realize that Taco Bell was the only restaurant that you buy the franchise for. So? Now all that sounds like Taco Bell. No way. That was set in 2032. It's 2023. And you see what is getting ready to happen. This is the first salvo shot in the restaurant war. This is absolutely amazing. You're saying that I can, I start dating, I can be like, babe, I'm going to take you to Taco Bell. She's like, oh my God, I love Taco Bell. Hold on. We're not there yet. It is a restaurant. I didn't say it was going to be a good restaurant. I said that I don't know if you can actually sit down. I wouldn't say take your lady's friend to Taco Bell for Valentine's, but hey, it depends on the drink. If you guys start going to game there, it becomes like a spot. It turns into El Torito. That's all it does. That's all it is. You know what? I grew up in Oregon, and we didn't have like authentic Mexican food like there is here. So Taco Bell to me is like that isn't. Put up Taco Bell. No. Taco Bell is not authentic or typical. I know. But I grew up in Oregon, so it is for there. I know, with no reference point. Right. But we're missing the bigger picture here. Taco Bell is going to be one of the premier restaurants in Southern California. Yes. Well, yeah, they were free because a lot of wrong. So I think Saturday night was the party. Okay. This is amazing. I'm going to go there because I want to try out one of their finest dishes. They don't have a finest dish. They don't have a dish. They serve burritos. They sell tacos and chalupas and Mexican pizza. No, Taco Bell. No, they added some seats and a couch and some food, in the big review. I think the food is you remember how they have like the Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, where they have like the McDonald's and the Chevrons? You know what? Right, it's going to be like that. It's going to be a Taco Bell and Paul's Weed Parlor. It's like that. Connected together. Oh no. This menu is so much more. What is it, like double cruise or something? Double. It's Taco Bell. You can't dress up Taco Bell for so much. Yeah, just because it's a restaurant now, so you don't have to run away. Yes. Okay, it doesn't mean the movie is going to be that much improved. What are they going to show? Like actual enchiladas and tostadas and that's the thing people will always see there. That's not true. You have to bring it back. It was gone for years. No, but if I'm saying like something like this, it would be different. It would be different. See, the people agree. Who's the word here? Extra food it's later with Mo Kelly. KFI 640 We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And when we come back, I have a semi-serious discussion, and I want to have with you, and I want to get this off to you, be able to get me at Miss Mokelly on Twitter, MRMOKELLY. Remember on Monday we were talking to Jackie Ray, and we were talking about the end of football season, what would begin the beginning of the WNBA season. And there's been ongoing discussion about, with the return of Brittany Griner, whether that doesn't like light a fire under this WNBA to treat its players better or pay them more. Well, the first step has already been taken. Kinda, possibly, maybe. We'll get into that. Now let's go to this tip I took for our newsroom at 82.
Two people in an SUV running from police have killed a 19-year-old man in a car crash in Northridge.
Police initially tried pulling the SUV over because it was wanted for an armed robbery. The SUV ran a red light and smashed into the man's car.
In this instance, it is unfortunate that, suspects just failed to, essentially, stop.
LAPD Lieutenant Leticia Ruiz says both thieves took off running after the crash. She says officers arrested one of them. Police found a loaded rifle inside the thief's SUV. In Northridge, Blake Trolley, KFI News.
An SUV crashed into a house in Porter Ranch. LA City Fire says the garage door and roof are damaged, but no one was hurt this morning. News brought to you by Mike Diamond. It was snowed this summer. A man has been found guilty of beating his mother into a coma with a baseball bat in Anaheim. Police say his mom was a veteran officer at the Department of Corrections and died 11 months after she was attacked in 2018. Seth White is convicted of second-degree murder with a sentencing and punishment for the personal use of a deadly weapon. He's facing 16 years to life in prison. He's expected to be sentenced in April. The administrator of the EPA will be visiting the site in Ohio where a train carrying chemicals derailed. Officials conducted a controlled release of the toxins earlier this month, but residents are saying they are still suffering headaches, irritated eyes, and other things.
I have the village on my back, and I'll do whatever it takes.
East Palestine Mayor Mike Conaway said yesterday he needs help. Some residents say their cars and lawns are still covered in soot from the burn. The hazardous chemicals that spilled from the train also killed thousands of fish. A truck carrying hazardous chemicals that crashed on a highway in Arizona has released an orange-colored gas plume. Arizona Department of Public Safety's shelter-in-place order is still recommended for people in the area around the spill of liquid nitric acid. Evacuation orders were issued Tuesday. Some were lifted that night, and then some were lifted yesterday morning. I-10 remains closed in both directions. Tiger Woods has got a 2-under par in his first round of the PGA Genesis Invitational. That was his first PGA Tour event since July. He's one of 29 golfers tied for 27th place at the Riviera Country Club in the Pacific Palisades. This is the 15th time Woods has played in what is now the Genesis Invitational. Southland weather from KFI becoming cloudy with lows in the upper teens and 20s in the Antelope Valley to the 30s and 40s everywhere else. Clouds tomorrow with highs in the 60s and the beaches, around 70 for Metro LA and the Indoor Sea, 60s in the valleys and IE, 50s in the Antelope Valley. Becoming sunny for the weekend with highs in the 60s to low 70s. It's 55 in Orange, 54 Newport Beach, slow go through Brea on 57. This news sounds away to showing you moving Imperial Highway taking you all the way to the 16 and Diamond Bar. On the 60 eastbound flowing down at a Rolling Heights, getting away from Fullerton Road back to the 57. And the drive is looking pretty jammed up right now into Laguna Hills. It looks like a pass 5 southbound at Lake Forest Drive. Keeping our tracks from moving almost from Alternate Parkway out of Irvine in single-digit speeds right now. Out of Santa Monica, 10 east along away from Cloverfield across Mid-City all the way to the 5 in Boyle Heights. KFI in the sky. Hope that you're going back there. I mean, so much today.
COVID-19. Brought by the California Department of Public Health. Always seems dark in 2023. Time for some changes at home, but when it comes to finding just the right appliances, including hard to find appliances, you're going to need my secret weapon, WDC Kitchen and Bath Setter. No one has more in-stock and hard-to-find appliances than WDC. So to get that kitchen and bath done right, you're going to need more than just an appliance store. You need the experts I have trusted for years, WDC. Find the one nearest you at WDCappliances.com, WDCappliances.com. For official rules and more information about context on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules. This is hard to admit, but when I was in junior high school, I was bullied so badly I cried. Hello, I'm John Coyan, founder of Rooter Hill Plumbing. I was named O'Donnell after my grandfather, but as a kid, I was teased for having that name, so I changed it to John. John is the English version of O'Donnell, and it maintains the honor to my grandfather. My family and heritage are important to me, so staying true to myself and Rooter Hill Plumbing are important. Staying true to Rooter Hill Plumbing means true to you and delivering world-class service. That's why my cell phone number is on the back of every Rooter Hill Plumbing business card. Call us at 866-377 and we'll cable your line for $77. That's 866-377. Thank you. PL 102-8886. If your business has 5 or more employees and manage to survive COVID, you could be eligible to receive a payroll tax rebate of up to $26,000 per employee. That's real money. Not alone either, a refund of your taxes. The trick is getting your hand. Complicated, lots of red tape. So let me suggest going to getrefunds.com. Their team of tax attorneys are experts in this little-known payroll tax refund program, and we've already returned $1 billion to businesses, and it can probably help you too. No charge up front, they share a percentage of the cash that they get for you. And businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP money and nonprofits. Even if you get increases in sales, you can qualify. To find out if your business does qualify, go to getrefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, answer a few questions, and they start to work. GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com. Superwoman, superlawyer, superwoman.com. KFI AM 640. An iHeart radio station. Download the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. KFI AM 640. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And here are some of the headlines that we're following right about now. A California school board member is among 213 arrested in Florida in a trafficking case. And the Laguna Beach doctor who was killed in an act of road rage was honored and later arrested today. Also, 2,000 U.S. vehicles over 4 self-driving cars. Remember what I was saying, Florida? Remember what I was saying? Try to let y'all know. Try to let y'all know. With later, with Mo Kelly. And here's the part I just want to talk about. And it's in relation to the WNBA season, which is going to start up. This dovetails the conversation I had with Jackie Ray, one of our contributors on Monday, and how the WNBA has been criticized for not necessarily providing certain facilities, certain pay scale for their players, and there is a segment of society who thinks that WNBA or female athletes in general should be paid the same as male athletes. Now, for me, I'm not a fan of the WNBA. Not because you're women, I'm just saying I don't like that particular product. I prefer women's soccer over men's soccer. I prefer women's tennis over men's tennis. But when it comes to basketball, I'm just not a fan of the WNBA product itself. Now, when we connect this to Brittany Griner, and she was in prison in Russia, part of the discussion sort of turned to, well, he would not have been in Russia in the first place if the WNBA paid more. Here is some uncomfortable truth regarding that. The league is entering its 27th season, and as of at least 2020, it was still losing, according to Adam Silver, and Adam Silver is the NBA commissioner, and he's also co-owner of the WNBA. As of 2020, the WNBA was still losing $10 million per year. $10 million in the red every single year. Now let's compare total revenue. The NBA generates $10 billion annually. And you already know the WNBA is not doing as well financially. The WNBA only generates a reported $60 million. So, and obviously, since it's $10 million in the red, it's losing money. You know, it's costing $70 million to run, even though it's generating $60 million. So the WNBA as an entity is not profitable. And that's not the way on the WNBA. That's the truth. And of the history of sports organizations, the NBA did not turn a profit for its first 25 years. Neither did Major League Baseball, neither did the NFL. So in that regard, it's in good company. The NBA is not doing any worse particularly than their male counterparts. But the truth is, if you want the WNBA to be treated like the NBA, it's going to have to generate more money. And here's something else that players have been asking for and supporters of the league have been asking for. They want the players to be able to fly private as opposed to commercial. And I understand that. There was a story, I remember reading how the LA Sparks had to sleep in the airport one night because their flight was canceled. And we know that from our personal travel and the issues that Southwest Airlines has been having, not only over the holidays, but more recently, it's very easy for your flight to be canceled and how that can have a cascading effect, especially with a professional sports team. I get it. They should be flying private, but financially it doesn't make any sense. You're going to have some 15 teams who are going to be flying private, but the league just needs to get at least $10 million each year. Financially, just doesn't make sense. So I want people to take their emotions out of it and look at it from a business prospect. Yes, I understand. Brittany Griner played overseas, including Russia, to supplement her income. She was making, from what I understand, $1 million playing in Russia. That's hard to turn it down. It's really hard because I think the average salary in the WNBA is like maybe $70,000, $80,000, if that. And the country's going to pay you $1 million? Hell yeah, I'm probably going to go over there and play. While I have a finite amount of time to be able to play professionally in any league on any level. So I don't know if you can change the economic variables in all this. I don't know if you can just all of a sudden snap your fingers and turn the WNBA into this profitable endeavor. That's something that people want to see. In other words, not only want to see as in going to the games, but want to see on TV that you can negotiate these major TV deals and those that's where the real revenue generation is from. The NBA doesn't depend on you going to the basketball game. The NBA depends on TNT televising games. The NBA depends on the ABC, ESPN connection. Those broadcasting rights mean hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars for the league each and every year. And in turn, they also help merchandise the league. They help sell all the jerseys and so forth. They help elevate the stars of the league. The WNBA does not have that. I'm not saying that it's fair. I'm saying it's a fact. I remember, and I don't know if you knew this, Steph, I'll give you a perfect example. When I was at least 14, 15 years old, and I think like the Lakers were playing Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals, 1984. They lost, Lakers lost in 7 games. At that time, the NBA Finals wasn't even shown live on TV. The NBA Finals, it was shown what was called take the leg. The game was at like 6 o'clock, like it normally was, and they wouldn't, if it was, the game was on the East Coast, and they wouldn't even show the game. The NBA, we talking Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, something in the 1980s. They would not show that game until later that night on the West Coast. It would take place. In fact, the finals was from like 11 o'clock at night. That's how late it was. It was not even a thing. And then Larry Bird and Magic Johnson fundamentally transformed the league, and then they got major television deals with CBS and other networks. But that's when the money started rolling in, when people could see the game. Not about buying tickets. It's when they could see the game. And I think as late as the 1980s, and I know you remember this, Koala, the games, like if the Lakers were playing Milwaukee, the game would start in Milwaukee at maybe 7 o'clock, maybe 4 o'clock on the West Coast. They would wait another 3 hours before they started the game out here. This is the internet, and you wouldn't even necessarily know what the score was, but that's how it works. They calculated that the NBA was not the phenomenon back then that it is now. The WNBA is not a phenomenon, and I think it is. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but it's disrespectful to the NBA to think that you can have comparable facilities, you can have comparable travel, you can have comparable pay from the collective bargaining agreement when you don't have comparable revenue that you generate. I mean, I'll stop you. I mean, the WNBA can at least turn a profit, and then you can have that conversation in the collective bargaining agreement where you say, hey, we want more of the revenue that the league is making. Because right now the NBA is subsidizing the WNBA because it's not making any money. This is later with most of it. KFIN 640 relies everywhere on the iHeartRadio app now. Let's go to the KFI 24-hour newsroom and Amy King.
120 firefighters battling a fire at an automotive radiator repair shop in Van Nuys. LA Fire says the building on Stagg Street is well involved in flames. California home sales have edged up for a second straight month. The number of existing single-family homes in the state sold in January was 241,522. January numbers were up 0.4% from December. An intersection in Pacoima has been dedicated in honor of an all-black youth baseball team that reached the 1965 Bronco World Series. The intersection is across from Hampton Dam Park, where the team stopped. Cloudy with lows in the 30s and 40s tonight, clouds to highs in the 50s to about 70s tomorrow. This report is brought to you by Discover. We've got a landslide slowing you down in Boyle Heights on 5. This is the northbound side of the 10 West Connector. I'm hearing about a bunch of dirt and stuff that slid onto the freeway, blocking the left lane of that connector right now. I'm not seeing ways getting out of East LA using Ditman. The drive is pretty jammed up to that stretch. On the southbound side of the 5, we're going to have to back up out of Griffith Park to start the slowing from Colorado. Delays ahead all the way to the 10. More delays into Commerce from the 710 as we roll towards the 605. Now, Anaheim Hills really tough on that 91 eastbound. Well, first of all, there's a pass just past Prima Garcelle, and that's keeping you slow off the 57. Ahead, more slowing from the 55 all the way to Green River. KFIN Sky helps get you there faster. I need to Martinez.
Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earn double. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all double. Seriously, though, keep terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/trip.
This report is sponsored by BlindSphere.com. Do you need new blinds or shades? BlindSphere.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters with free shipping and prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during BlindSphere President's Day sale. Hurry, stand February 23rd at BlindSphere.com.
Regrow your own natural hair with the same simple one-day treatment that I received from Advanced Hair Restoration. Get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts by calling 844-333-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Fans of the hit TV show Scandal can now revisit every episode on Unpacking the Toolbox with Scandal Rewatch podcast, hosted by the cast members behind Tim Perkins and Huck. So Gladiators, Grafton Gettysburger, and revisit Scandal's most iconic OMG moments. These are like 110 degrees in a wool coat.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing that was going on in my temple first, I was all the people. Listen to Unpacking the Toolbox, a Scandal Rewatch podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
What makes Good Day LA the one to watch? They're redefining what morning news could be. Noteworthy local stories, forecasts, and real-time traffic reports. All the info needed to plan your day. And that's what makes Good Day LA on Fox 11, the one to watch. If your business has 5 or more employees and managed to survive COVID, you could be eligible to receive a payroll tax rebate of up to $26,000 per employee. That's real money. Not alone either, it's a refund of your taxes. The trick is getting your hands complicated, lots of red tape. So let me suggest going to getrefunds.com. Their team of tax attorneys are experts in this little-known payroll tax refund program, and they've already returned $1 billion to businesses. It could probably help you too. No charge up front, and share a percentage of the tax that they get for you. And businesses of all types can qualify, including those that could CPP money and nonprofits. Even if you have increases in sales, you can qualify. To find out if your business does qualify, go to getrefunds.com/TRILLIONAIRE. Click on the qualify me button, answer a few questions, they start to work. GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
During uncertain times, it is especially important to stick with normal routines. Predictability and structure help kids self-regulate. Share tips with your kids to help reduce anxiety, fear, and boredom. This Child Hopeful Moment is brought to you by childhope.org. Life seems uncertain, difficult, to distress, anxious, worried, or frustrated. Child Hope can help. Access Child Hope's free and secure mental health resources. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at childhope.org.
The lunchroom down the hall, they have donuts and cookies, etc. On the day that things expire, they put them on the day that was if your 4,600 calories of crap with a Diet Coke.
And in about 20 minutes, we'll be bouncing off the wall.
And here it goes. Tomorrow they'll handle the they expired today. Live 6 to 9 a.m. on AFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. This letter remote selling. KFI is reporting live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. We tried to warn him. We tried to tell him. Well, I remember to say that if you can't keep raising prices and taking things away, you can't be like HBO Max. Raise the prices, which they did. Take content off the streaming platform, which they did, and act like they're doing you a favor, which they're not. Paramount Plus, they take the stuff off Paramount Plus, and if they combine with Showtime, now supposedly we're supposed to get more content, but what we're getting definitively is a higher price. Paramount Plus announced a price hike today, and if you watch Paramount Plus, you may like Yellowstone, and I like The Equalizer, and I would watch Paramount Plus for certain what used to be TV shows. I would watch it for The Good Wife and The Good Fight. Various TV shows. It's mostly television content, but it wasn't much more than that, and I understood why they combined it with Showtime because Showtime did not have as much content to justify a standalone streaming service. So it needed something more. It needed, if anything, more television content. And obviously Paramount Plus needed more movie content. So the marriage made sense. It made perfect sense. But at the same time, can we get a honeymoon thing? Can you wait just a minute before you raise the price? Because you have to show me that I'm getting more value out of it. You have to show me the upside of bringing these two together. But it seems like I'm getting just a price hike being featured as opposed to a price hike, and by the way, you can get you're getting that. Yeah, I know you're getting more movies with Showtime, but you have to be able to explain it to a customer. This is exactly what you're doing that is not anywhere else. Because I really can't name a show on Paramount Plus with all due respect that everybody knows. Oh no. Or everybody watches, even that has it. But I didn't watch half the shows that you watch when I had it for that short period to watch Halo. That's all I watched, and then I found Lower Decks. But you were telling about all the other shows on there prior to the Stallone series that you watched, and I'm like, yeah, I think they're okay. Right. And I had to find Tulsa King. I was recommended to watch Tulsa King by other people. Ada King, that's the Tulsa King by a recommendation. It wasn't like she had Paramount Plus and it jumped out at her, or it was something that she was planning to watch. It was word of mouth. Now, is it cool? Absolutely. And I like the show, yes. I can't wait for season 2. But I backed into it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it was there. It's like, when I put on Netflix, it was like, ooh, I want to watch that, I want to watch that, I want to watch that. It's simple, clear, straightforward. Paramount Plus, not so much. Disney Plus, straightforward. I want to watch this, I want to watch that. It is very simple in the sense of recognizable, well standalone content, not obscure. I don't want to go hunting for stuff because I don't have time to miss to get it wrong. To start watching a show which is not that good and not be invested in. Now, I haven't started watching Yellowstone yet. I have not. I hear good things about it, but I'm not ready to commit to it. It's only because I want a few seasons out there, and then maybe I'll get into it. Well, I'm not big on period pieces. I'm just not. But they have a whole season for it. I know. It'll be like Game of Thrones. I'll eventually get there. Here's another acknowledgement, and it may shock some people. I've never seen one episode of Breaking Bad. Never. No, but I did. I just haven't. I haven't gotten there. I messed up. I saw more than Better Call Saul. Yeah, no. I saw the end of Breaking Bad, and I said, I'm not going back to watch this show. This is stupid. If everything happened to the show ended right here, I refuse. And the first tape can ruin it for me. Now, and I've gotten a lot of good recommendations from people saying, hey, you gotta watch Breaking Bad, you gotta watch Better Call Saul. It doesn't necessarily seem like it will appeal to me. It's only because it rings a little too familiar to Ozark, and I've already seen Ozark from. I've got my drug family dick. And just saying, hey, okay, you're right at the door. Why don't you just ring the doorbell and come on in and talk to us? What is it? I already saw you at the door. Oh, okay, you don't have to ring the doorbell. I mean, like the door's standing wide open. You don't feel like a friend comes to the door and the door's wide open. You ring the doorbell. Jesus, there's a person. Hey, come on in. Yeah, but no, Breaking Bad is not Ozark in the slightest thing. It has so much complexity in each season, each episode. And it's so funny because the first season, if you guys don't know, that's when the writer's strike happened. I think it was 2006, 2007, around that time. But that's like only 6 episodes, and that season is incredible. And the fact that it can do so much with so little, and it continues that way, that's the best show. Okay, all right. So you are putting your name, your reputation, your unborn child on the line here, saying I must watch Breaking Bad at least the first season. A lot of credibility riding on this. 100%. Oh wow! Oh wow! What's wrong with that? Oh my goodness! 100%. Not a gauntlet. How is it you on it for the bell, but you can't be on it for the rim shot? You're so self-serving. I've never heard of it. We only use the bell when we're doing the co-practice movie game. Oh. He could be very compliant when you want him to be. When it's in his interest to comply, he'll comply. Any other time, say, wait, you don't know. There's a thing called talkback. And that allows you to talk to Stefan without the whole world hearing it. Like, Koala could be talking, and I'll be whispering to Stefan, like, okay, this is very quick. Okay, get ready. Get ready. All right, everybody, no one hears that. That's talkback. So I can very discreetly talk to Stefan. I tell him how many times they get rinse up. Say the rinse up. It's like, oh, he finds it. 25 seconds later, he plays it. I'm beginning to think it's something conscious. I'm beginning to think it's something personal. Like it's something I did to him or Sam or his sister or something. I do have a sister. I don't. Okay, only time. Okay, so I didn't like date your sister or anything like that. Nothing like that. Okay, how old's your mom? Didn't know. What? Okay, she would have been out of the age range limit. Yeah. I think what was the widest age range I gave her? I think okay, I was 20, she was 28. I mean, she's like 61 now. Something like maybe 8 years. Yeah, that's yeah. So I said, okay, I didn't get your mom. You don't have a sister. How do you think you wrong with your family? Why do you hate me so much? What did I do to me? I don't want to see this. I didn't say good evening to her, girl. She has a reason to be angry at me, but not you. Good evening, Uncle. Oh, I heard you. Okay. Coming up next to the top of the hour, I'll be joined in studio by our resident tech expert, Marcia Collier, and I'll try to be nice to her because I can see right now, any of our peers is not ever going to speak to me again. Or at least not in the next second. This way we're both done. KFI 840, we're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio. In the rest of the list, we have Europe. Bliss. Please, Bliss.
KFI.
KOST, HQ.
Los Angeles and County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Homeless emergency. I'm Amy Clinton, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The Santa Monica City Council has voted to declare a state of emergency on homelessness. The vote Tuesday was unanimous. Council members say the move will help them streamline a comprehensive approach to the homelessness problem in the city. Santa Monica wants to increase offers of housing, mental health services, and rental assistance. LA Mayor declared a state of emergency in Los Angeles, her first day in office. The LA City Council has approved its homeless camping ban in areas on the west side.
The vote bans sleeping and storing property within 500 feet of several parks, recreation centers, and other facilities. Councilwoman Tracy Parks says the rules won't be enforced until housing is available.
We have the resources, and this is something that our community has asked for.
Parks predecessor Mike Bonin refused to enforce the camping ban. The city council must approve certain areas for the rules to be enforced. The areas on the west side were approved yesterday. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
The Riverside County Sheriff's Department has released body cam video of the shootout that killed the man who murdered a deputy in Riverside. Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco says the man was a career criminal with a record that included kidnapping, robbery, and attempted murder.
It was determined William McKay had an active felony warrant for failure to appear on a kidnapping case and the stabbing of a California Highway Patrol canine after evading officers.
He says McKay was out on bail in December when he killed Deputy Isaiah Cordero. A man's been arrested for assaulting someone at a Metro B line station in North Hollywood. LA Fire says the man suffered a minor injury to his finger and was treated at the scene. Police say it's not clear if a weapon was used in the attack. Former City Councilman Paul Perez has been fined $2,500 by the Ethics Commission for asking a city official to host a fundraiser while he was running for city controller. The commission says Perez wanted to hold a fundraiser at the home of Board of Water and Power Commissioner in 2021. That's not allowed. The commission said yesterday's fine shows how committed it is to upholding the laws that protect the integrity of the electoral process. A school board member from Del Mar is one of more than 200 people that have been arrested in connection with a human trafficking operation. Polk County Sheriff Brady Judge says 213 people were arrested over a 7-day period during the undercover operation. Board member Scott Wooden has served on the Del Mar Union School District since 2010. Judge said while Wooden was in Florida, he solicited sex. Judge says Wooden is supposed to be a leader in the community and he says he knew better. The chief of the Environmental Protection Agency says since the fire at the site of a train derailment in Ohio was put out earlier this month, the EPA has not found any levels of health concern in the community related to the controlled release of toxic chemicals.
No detectors of vinyl chloride or hydrogen chloride were identified. So we're continuing to make those screenings available to any resident that wants to have their indoor air tested.
Chief Michael Riggins says more than 480 homes in East Palestine have already been screened. He says the EPA is continuing to monitor the air 24/7. Residents say it may become sick and a fire rampant, pesticide, and pets have become sick or die. Bruce Willis has been diagnosed with dementia. Orange County neurologist Ali Alami says there's no cure, but there are some treatment options.
We can, of course, sustain patients with lots of care, therapy, occupational speech therapy, of course, is very important.
Well, he says if disease progresses fast, within about 5 years, Willis could be completely relying on others to care for him. He says people with the condition could die within 8 to 10 years. Willis retired from acting last year because of aphasia, which is an early sign of dementia. Tesla has recalled more than 360,000 cars because its self-driving software may cause crashes. The National Highway Traffic Administration says the software allows the car to exceed speed limits or travel through intersections in an unlawful or unpredictable manner that increases the risk of a crash. Tesla says it's not aware of any injuries or deaths that may be related to the recall. Southline weather from KFI, cloudy, cold, lows in the 30s and 40s, just upper teens and 20s for the Antelope Valley. Mostly cloudy, a little bit warmer tomorrow, highs in the mid-60s at the beaches, around 70 for Metro LA and Windows Beach, upper 50s and 60s in the valley. This is in Antelope Valley. Become mostly sunny Saturday afternoon at high 60 to around 70, 60 to low 70s for Sunday, at the same for President's Day Monday. It's 51 in Dana Point, 54 Long Beach, 50 in Ladera Ranch, 52 in Baldwin Park. Got a crash in Anaheim on the 91. We're just coming along the eastbound flyover into a first over crash now the South Tower, East 91 past Kitchen, middle of the block, slowing down away from Imperial Highway. We have now seen this city for some police activity on the 10 eastbound at Robertson. It's blocking the off-ramp and it's later loading up out of Santa Monica, getting away from Centinela. If you wanted to exit at Robertson, just head to the next ramp where the La Cienega kick out instead and work your way back on the surface to Sergeant Dennis Boulevard. The drive in Culver City is full on the 405 southbound, leaving the 10, looking a lot better once you make your way past Howard Peak Parkway. Hey, up on the side, help get you there faster. I'm into my tonight.
Someone uses your toilet and it overflows. Can you imagine how embarrassing that is for your guests and for you? Hello, I'm John Coyan, founder of Rooter Hill Plumbing. You're hosting a party, the water's on the floor, and your guests have to tell you that the toilet is backed up. And worst of all, you have to tell your guests that they can't use the bathroom. I shudder when I tell this story because it happened to me. Can you imagine? I own Rooter Hill Plumbing and my toilet overflows. Talk about being humbled. Well, the truth is, it could happen to anyone. And the solution is to call 866-DRAIN-77. That's what I did, and our plumber was here within the hour. Not because I'm the owner, but that's just what we do. I'm so confident that you'll be satisfied with our services that I put my cell phone number on every business card. 866-DRAIN-77. That's 866-DRAIN-77. Don't get active President's Day preview sale going on now. This week only, keep the crowd and get early access to the best President's Day deals, including 10% off trending styles throughout the store and online. And with special financing options available for all budgets, refreshing your home has never been easier. Hurry into your local Action store or visit Action.com to shop and save today. Only at America's #1 furniture and mattress store. Actually, store or Action.com for details.
About your kids to them, what to expect when you're expecting. A teenager, learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly averages. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jelly. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn only.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
At Carl Chevrolet Costa Mesa, we're offering President's Day savings all month long at carlchevrolet.com. More stimulating cars. KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And also we are Instagram live right now. Some headlines that we're following. Orange Unified School District interim superintendent is gone after just 1 month on the job. Mexico area features have exploded in a massive lawsuit leak from Mexico. And there is this, I'm joined in studio by our regular commentator and contributor, Marcia Collier. How you doing this evening?
Very good speaker, though. I would love to have you in here because I really enjoy talking with you.
We have a number of topics that we could start with. I want to start with crypto, only because in recent weeks, I would say the past month, it has taken a beating in a financial sense, it has taken a beating in the news media, and now there's another aspect to it where there is fraud by a number of ways where they're trying to perpetrate fraud on unsuspecting people. Not people with vested, but unsuspecting people. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's obviously a real issue. I don't have crypto. The minute I saw last year's IRS 1040 form and I saw these little lines they used to check. Do you have any cryptocurrency?
No. No, they're actually asking them.
They're asking. And that was actually 2 years ago. And I knew when I saw that, this is not secret. The blockchain is absolutely covered, and yes, it is. The IRS can get that information. It's not hiding money anywhere. It's going to be a real thing. But the scary thing, and it's a nasty name, but it's called a pig butchery scam.
A pig butchery scam.
And this is when you get a text on your phone. Hey Kim, how you doing? You know, and somebody might respond to it and say, oh, wrong person, sorry. Don't respond.
Or if I do respond, what's the worst that could happen just by responding?
Okay, the people who do this are experts in what's called social engineering. And social engineers are the type of people who can get information out of you about yourself. You know, they'll talk about where they went to school, where did you go to school? You know, they get.
Oh, there will be a conversation. It's not just the mere action of me responding, which is going to be in trouble, get me in trouble, but it's more having a conversation and then offering up more information.
They draw you into the conversation.
Oh, it's the wrong number. This isn't Leslie's phone. And then you say, no. I could have sworn it was Leslie's phone, and we just try to keep you on the line.
Exactly. And they keep you on the line and engage you in the conversation. And there are a lot of people in the world who are lonely and enjoy talking to somebody. But these people are out there trying to find out your information, and eventually they lead to the fact they're making so much money in crypto. And they have money at Coinbase. Coinbase is a legit website. That's all legit. And they'll say, you know, try a little, you like it, you know, put it in Coinbase. And most people will look up Coinbase and it's cool in the whole thing. Then after a while, hopefully the person is starting to make a little money. They're kind of happy and they have to talk to about this. It becomes a social thing. And into this, you know, I've found another platform. And they have websites set up that look legit, just like a crypto platform, where they say, put your money in here. They give you like a thin clip. They'll make up some stories to make it better for you. And people in Southern California, it's been going rampant. They are investing and then switching their money from a legitimate platform into these other platforms. And once they do, the money will just disappear.
So this is a version, if you will, of the classic phone scam where they'll call you and they'll say, hey, you know, about that $1,000 computer, you know, we see that there's fraud in your card or something like that. You want to confirm that you made this. I didn't make any purchase. And then they said, well, what's your credit card number? I can type it in and find it. Is it that type of thing just by a text message now?
You know, yes, absolutely. And it's funny that you mentioned that to me because I got a call from somebody who listens to my podcast who had gotten a text and supposedly there was some problem with a PayPal payment that didn't go through. They got a text. They were directed to a website. Each person you could have found better. That's the link in the phone. But they went to a site that looked exactly like PayPal.
Right.
And they found it. Just so you know, if you ever get anything like that, a text, any kind of message, do not click any link. You go to that website directly, like when Citibank tells me we've got a weird charge or something like that. Go directly,
go to your computer and type in Citibank.com or whatever your banking institution is.
Right. So you're going directly. Believe me, if they have a problem with you, they're going to want you to know about it. And if you be at the top of the page, you know, that we're having a problem, please click here. And clicking on the website fine.
I always tell people, go to your banking institution and set up the alerts. In other words, if you get below a certain balance, you get a text message or you get an email and you get a reputable source and you know what it looks like when it comes in, so if you get something different. And I get those texts and they say, you're getting ready to close your Citibank account. That's fine. I don't have one.
Right?
Close it. Please, thank you.
Don't answer the text.
No, I don't. No, that's okay. That's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, you don't work.
Yeah, I get those from the other banks too. But this thing is very serious. The FBI is involved in it. In November, federal prosecutors seized 7 domain names that were connected to page reference and 7 websites. And China also has been victimized by these groups. So it's a worldwide problem. And people who are emotionally vulnerable are the most who discuss it.
Well, we know fraud and we know scams. There's nothing new. It's just the nature of the fraud scam may change with the time and the technology. As the technology changes, it may get more sophisticated, it may get more intricate, but at the end, they just want to separate you and me from our money.
There's so many people doing this right now. I mean, so many scams. I mean, you know, I had come across another one that, we can talk about too on Facebook. If you have a Facebook page.
And all that was, let's go to a commercial break because I want you to get going and get into your momentum and then I'll stop you right there if you gotta go to anything to do something. So let's pause it right there. We are though live on Instagram Live at Mr. Mokelly, MrMokelly. I'm talking with Martha Collier, our resident expert and guru. Tonight we're talking about tech fraud and how you can protect yourself on both social media and even your smartphone. So keep it right here. Later with Mokelly. KFI recorded live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now let's go to AMT in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Today charged with killing 7 people at 2 farms in Half-Moon Bay last month and is pleaded not guilty to murder and attempted murder charges. Officials say it is likely a case of workplace violence and the people shot were targeted. California Democratic Representative Barbara Lee will file federal paperwork to enter the race for the California Senate seat held by long-serving Senator Dianne Feinstein, who announced earlier she will not be running for re-election. Lee is the highest-ranking Black woman appointed to a House of Democratic leadership. Almost half of young children in the U.S. don't eat a vegetable every day. The CDC says in ultrasound that about 1 in 3 kids don't get at least 1 serving of fruit in their daily diet. Becoming cloudy overnight, cloudy tomorrow with highs in the 50s to about 70. Tracking from your past on the 101. This one is along the northbound side coming up on Farm. That's where the left lane is blocked. And delays are backing up out of Hollywood, getting away from Gower. Now we're looking at the southbound side of the 101 and we'll see some slow traffic starting in 7 as this is getting away from Whitman ahead to the 170, 101 34th Place. And then in Hollywood from Melrose into downtown Los Angeles. In Oil Heights, the 5 southbound, that drive won't miss reflection on south side of the 5 after 60 in Royal Heights. A crash has been put out of lanes and is keeping you close from the 710. The southbound side of the 5 is pulling commerce from the 710 as you roll towards the 605. It's still tough in Anaheim Hills, which is 91 eastbound, just a ways away from Imperial Highway, all the way to Green River. KFI News 5 helps get you there faster. I'm Mr. Marcy White. This report is sponsored by Speak It Up. Speak It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered teacher-led learning projects. Using computers, how can you spark great learning experiences in the classroom today? Join at speakitup.org.
Ebola, sparkly math. Yep. You'll think the jumbo is jambalaya from Pescado, and I'm set for Fat Tuesday. And Wednesday. Now this top week, because of and the number one reason why get people get there because Gavin Rose we earn 500 points on your whole card on 21st. Rolando, set time for everybody. The True Crime Podcast, Paper Joe, is back with a brand new case. Deeply breathing deep into the 1993 cold case murder of Annie Joe DeWitt, a New Jersey college student, and uncovers a murky police investigation, a pool of new suspects, and community still desperate for answers 30 years later. So I'm supposed to be on campus and she's not here, and people are starting to get worried. Listen to Paper Ghost on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast. Contact your listeners with me on that one. Will you tell me how much to unstop my game? $99. Hey, RBA. What's your name? Brother calling. Just voted the LA Times 2022 Best of the Southland. And I really like that you're up front and everything. I mean, I just called a guy named Bubba. He was willing to tell me the cost over the phone. No Bubba here, ma'am. It's professional plumbers who show up on time, smell good, and honey pot drains for $99. Call us 1-800-446-MONEY. For all of our listeners who are understandably struggling with hair loss, Tom Brady has Now, I'm sure you've tried lotions, pills, creams, and potions, right? There's so many options out there. Who are you going to trust? What's really going to grow your hair back? The groundbreaking FUE treatment with advanced hair is an incredible breakthrough. Receiving hair length, thinning hair, bald spots, advanced hair is simple, quick, one-day treatment, and your own natural hair growing back the very next day. Advanced hair is the best of the best. And their commitment to the highest standard of care has and always will exceed the CDC guidelines. I've had the treatment, and I know that reversing hair loss is truly life-changing. You deserve to know what this feels like. The first 10 callers get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 844-333-HAIR. Locations in Beverly Hills, Orange County, and Ontario. One-day treatment, life-changing results. The new hair is 100% guaranteed to grow. 844-333-HAIR. Or go to advancedhair.com. I'm Michael Akiva, managing partner in Kobe and Martin. It's not easy to be English. You just endure traumatic experience. And now you're forced to face the prospect of a long recovery period. You need confidence in your medical team and legal team. And you need them to be able to guide you through the process with professionalism and care. That's what the Kobe and Myers comes in. We have a proven track record of helping people get back on their feet after suffering an injury. And we're proud that our clients' people is the #1 firm year after year. Be certain, feel secure. The Kobe and Myers are the Exorcist Files podcast. A leading exorcist and demonologist shares stories of disturbing and twisted cases of possession. For the last 2 decades, Father Carlos Martinez has encountered evil in nearly every way imaginable. How he was portrayed in The Exorcist with levitation, vomit, spitting at the priest. All of that has not been a movie treatment. I have seen that firsthand. Listen to The Exorcist Files on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast. Wake up call with Jennifer Jones. I wouldn't call myself a know-it-all, but I would say that I call myself a nerd-it-all because I want to know everything that's out there. And so, unfortunately, if I know it, I think you need to know it. And so then you're my captive audience for an hour. Live 5 to 6 a.m. on KFI. And on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Anytime. Just later with no care. We'll get live in support. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And we're live right now on Instagram Live at Mr. Mokelly, MrMokelly. As we continue our conversation with our regular contributor, Mark Longer. And Mark, we decided to talk about fraud from a tech aspect tonight. First, we talked about how crypto and fraud has now crossed over into the general fraud category. Right. I mean, reaching out to everybody. And people get their phone number. We've been through this before. There are hundreds of websites where people's numbers are exposed. And if you search your name on the internet and you find your name on one of those websites, go to the very bottom of the page by law, they have to allow you to take your name off. I've been at least 5 of those because they will post your personal information, where you live, your last known phone number, relatives, their houses, and so forth. And it's unsettling. That's about the only word I can think of for it. I actually pay for the stuff that for me because it's like black and white. One goes down, the next one pops up. And I do use the service. I use the lead names, but there are other services. Nowadays, so valuable when we talk about social engineering, you're already handing them all this information, especially when it's your birthday, things like this. Right. Then my birthday showed up on Google as my Google profile, like you have the knowledge. Yep. And I said, wait a minute, that's not on Google. I don't know. They got it from some other third party? No, they got it because with the Google, I had Google Glass, and this was, I actually called this Earth. One of the executives that I understand that that information is not on the internet. Now, Google is almost supposed to have stuff so it's here. But you know all this data is being used and misused and abused, which is why I did not want it on the internet. And if you go to my Wikipedia page, it's not there. I already have a Wikipedia page, and that is I just died. Probably smart because mine is so badly, they got so full of unfact, mistruth,
and doesn't have stuff on it. And I mean, it's insane. We were texting with Mr. Mo Keller.
I love how you say that.
Mr. Mo Keller.
It's the quality, the gusto, the enthusiasm. But we were talking about fraud, and there was this new Facebook fraud scheme going around.
Okay, I received an email, and this has happened more than once. It says very officially, Martha Collier, the 14 pages 2023 tagged you on Facebook. And then it says in the email, dear admin, we received a report from a third party that the content you posted on your page infringes or otherwise violates their rights. I won't go any further. It's an email and tells you the
Very good podcast.
No, because if we really thought we had done that, we'd go direct to Facebook, and believe me, like I said, it will let you know. Yeah. But the thing is, if you go to Facebook and you look in your notifications, you will see because they have tagged you in a post. And this is a fraudulent page that they sent us. Okay, you have to be careful and be sure to look for it. And also have to use other people that were tagged on this violation.
And I just blocked the page. I know what you're talking about. That's semi-frequent.
But the thing was, I hadn't posted it. And then I think the last thing I posted was that I was on the queue. That was it.
Well, that could be considered, a violation.
We're not showing it.
Stephanie, you're supposed to hit me with the rim job. Even Martha Collier knows that. Go ahead, wait. I'm just going to give you a thank you. Maria, thank you very much because you're 15 seconds late. Anyhow, you were saying as far as these pages, yes, look for the subtle clues. They will tag a number of people. That's a dead giveaway. A lot of times I notice that they have these pages. They'll misspell words. They'll call themselves like the standards and practice too.
That one sent me one too.
Yeah, okay. I know you're trying your best to fool people, but I need you to try just a little harder, just be a little better. I felt insulted.
I was really impressed because the other people that they seemed to have caught in violation of policy was the Martha Dunn. I mean, WordPress, but all kinds of different Uncle Buck Wholesale, whoever that is.
Okay.
Yeah, but they mix them in with all. You don't know what is with this. And I'm verified. I have a verified page.
As you are. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that might be an enticement to a certain degree.
My personal isn't verified. I can't figure that out. They wouldn't verify my personal.
The same with mine. It's weird, the whole verification. I got into an argument with them because they didn't believe I was who I said I was. It was really, really weird. And not that it's a big deal, big picture, but it helps in terms of our credibility in the sense that people know when they come to us, it's not a fabricated or a clone page or anything like that.
Exactly. And yeah, I'm really not a big fan of showing my driver's license and my passport. And you have to do that on certain occasions.
Yes, you can.
To prove yourself, there's no other way.
No, that's part of the issue that I had. And I worked around it with the phone number because I gave them a Google Voice number. And I have no problem saying that. Oh, yeah. It's like, you can contact if you want, but you're not getting my number.
Good for you. I like that.
Yeah, I learned some stuff along the way.
Google Voice, that's what anybody you don't know is the best skill on the phone. What you do is go to voice.google.com and ask for a phone number. It's free. Now, granted, they're going to use your data, whatever. It's the cost of doing business. But I've had one for almost a decade, as long as they've had it. I took a nice phone number, and it's fired over.
Everything's up there, and it will ring on the phone that you have. So it's not like you're sharing a second phone. You can have two numbers on your phone. I have a number I give away to people, and I have a number which is actually mine. I give away to people I know.
I have two sets of business cards. One has my Google phone number, the other one doesn't. And this is really important because you never give away your own phone number. And and you get your voicemail via email or text.
It'll transcribe it for you.
That's right. So you're always up to date on what's happening. People don't have your phone number. And you can respond ASAP. It's wonderful. And like most days, I have like several devices on my desk. They all light up when it's a Google Voice call. So it's something valuable to do, and you can pick cool area codes. There's the question where you were born, or pick some place you like.
Originally got mine for when I was traveling around the world. And so anyone could reach me via the internet or what have you, using a traditional phone, they were able to get in touch with me. And that's why the Google Voice number kind of just worked and fit my lifestyle. Then I realized, oh, there are all these other ways in which I can actually use a Google Voice number. And so I just always kept it, even though my device has changed at least 8, 9 times since then.
Well, what's interesting is my family lives in the UK. And when I want to call my family and I do it through Google Voice, it's a penny a minute. A penny.
Can't do that with that.
No. Google Voice is something any small business, any entrepreneur, any celebrity, influencer, whoever you are out there, get a Google Voice number, and they're not charging for it. And it's a great thing.
Mark, it's always great to have you, and I appreciate all the great information that you have for everyone. And as always, it is customary. How can people find you on social media?
I'm at Marcia Collier on social media, but I'm also the author of a bunch of books. You guys were done and may ring a bell. That's in its 10th edition, and I just entered my first for seniors, and some social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for seniors. And my seniors books aren't really for seniors, they're just no BS. So,
No BS.
no BS.
Well, it's no BS. I love having you in the studio, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.
Thank you for the opportunity, Merle.
It's ready with Mo Sellers. Keep it right here. KFI 240. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now, let's go to 82. KFI 24-hour news.
Police have added more patrols to a predominantly Jewish area of LA following 2 shootings in 24 hours. Those both shootings happened in the Pico Robertson Crestview area. One was yesterday morning, the other was this morning. Both shootings involved Orthodox men leaving synagogues. Both men shot survived. The LAPD and a team from the Jewish Federation are investigating. A restaurant in Santa Ana has lost its liquor license after an employee served an underage customer involved in a deadly crash.
Randy Shotwell, an agent with the California Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control, says on November 13th, 2021, his team was called out to the scene of a fatal car accident. And during our backtrack investigation, we were able to determine that a group of minors went to Town and were there for several hours where they were furnished alcohol. Shotwell says there were 6 underage drinkers in the group. The youngest was 16. He says the business owner will have to surrender their license and will no longer be able to possess one. One passenger was killed in the crash. 5 others were injured. Steve Gregory, TRILLIONAIRE.
A pipeline in Tijuana has ruptured, dumping millions of gallons of raw sewage into the Pacific Ocean. In addition to that, there is flow in the Tijuana River associated with the rain, so some of the water that is coming across is stormwater, but it's mixed with sewage. We are concerned about the contamination. The International Boundary and Water Commission's Sally Steiner said a private developer inadvertently damaged a 60-inch pipeline yesterday. The Safe Harbor Services Commission of Tijuana had to shut down the pumping stations in its wastewater plant last week. The spill is not expected to be stopped until at least Wednesday. And spent shell casings have been found at the home of the man who shot and killed 3 students at Michigan State University this week. Officials say they also found a note and 2 bus tickets on his body after he killed himself in front of police.
Those who know that indicated written to a visit, and also kind of getting an indication of why he maybe a motive, but nothing that we can actually confirm just yet.
Michigan State Police Renee Gonzalez says at the shooter's home they took a cell phone and fired 9 known locations. 5 students were also critically injured in the attack Monday. The shooter killed himself and was confronted by police later that evening. Tim McCarver, an award-winning broadcaster and all-star catcher in the size, McCarver won 2 World Series titles with St. Louis Cardinals and became a Hall of Fame broadcaster over his 60-year career in baseball. The Hall of Fame says he died this morning in Tennessee with his family. He was 81. Southside weather from KFI becoming cloudy with lows in the upper teens and 20s in the Antelope Valley, 30s and 40s everywhere else. But tomorrow highs in the 60s at the beaches, 70 for Metro LA and in the Dorothy, 60s for the valleys and IE, 50s in the Antelope Valley. And in sunny for the weekend, with highs in 60s to low 70s. It's 50 in Nova Linda, 52 La Habra. That police activity in mid-city on the 10th. This is on the eastbound side, and it has the Robertson off-ramp block, so you can't exit there. We're pretty delays right now that are backing up away from the 405 freeways and needed to exit at Robertson. Just take the next off ramp, which is Christianity, to use Venice Boulevard to work your way back. And we're also looking at the 405 southbound going into Culver City, leaving the 10, looking better past the 90. And the drive is going to be cut along the 5 north to the 10 west in Boyle Heights. There's reports of some kind of a landslide or something going on there, and that connector is off limits until about 1 o'clock in the morning. If you see something different, pound 250, keyword KFI traffic. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Info Martinez.
For a better you in 2023, start with better water. Hey, it's Team Sharp for Life Source, the whole house water system that will help you be a better you. If clean and healthy water is essential to look and feel your best, and it is, then unfiltered chlorinated water just doesn't cut it. Life Source removes the bad stuff, keeps the good, and means no more chlorine showers or baths. Feel great, look great, get Life Source water. Call 800-803-2696 or visit lifesourcewater.com. Life Source, taste and feel the difference. The experts at Amco have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certification, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technology. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know cars inside and out. Chevrolet, yeah. Check engine light on? You'll take it for free. I'm attorney Gary Cavanelli, founder of 1-800-NO-COP, reminding you to exercise your life and just shut up. It doesn't make you look guilty, it makes you look smart. 1-800-NO-COP, because no one looks good in handcuffs unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-COP. Before I started Rooter Hill Plumbing, I was an angry young man. Hello, I'm John Coyan, founder of Rooter Hill Plumbing. I was angry because my dad died when I was 17 and he left me alone. I was angry because I couldn't go to college with my friends and because I had to drop out of high school. But as I grew older, I also grew up. I realized that my dad didn't leave me alone. He left me with values and principles that continue to shape my life. Dad said be on time. He didn't like it when people were late. He taught me to be polite. It was something I lost, but he kept it along the way. And he taught me to keep my promises, because broken promises lead to broken relationships. He keeps his values from me. I think we have a pretty good company. I know we have great people. And if one of our heroes fails to live up to these values, please call me. My private number is on the back of every Reader Hero business card. You can also reach us at readerhero.com. Thank you. Feather boa, sparkling mask. Yep. Just think the gumbo is jambalaya from Pescado, and I'm set for Fat Tuesday and Wednesday. Now there's top reasons to visit Bolivia.
George Clinton, wow, what's that? Just take it down.
And the number one reason.
One big giveaway. Dear parents, the card value results, we earn 500 points on your whole card on the 23rd.
Rolando, good time for everybody. This is Jacob Enron. If you've been involved in a motorcycle accident, call 844-24-GIGA. More stimulating cars.
And I have radio station.
KFI 640. Here's some of the stories that we're following right now. The California School Board member is among 213 who have been arrested in a Florida human trafficking sting. Also, police have been stepping up patrols after shootings of two Jewish men in the Pico-Robertson area. We've heard ABC report on that. And also, LA County Sheriff Robert Luna has created a new office with the goal of eradicating gangs. And there is this. This later was Mo Kelly. There's been plenty of debate around Section 230. And that's basically shorthand for who is liable on the internet, be it a social media platform, be it a video streaming platform like YouTube, and also AI, artificial intelligence. The Supreme Court is about to reconsider Section 230, and if you know anything about Section 230, it's been foundational to the internet for decades. Going back to liability, what an information provider or a platform might be responsible responsible for, given the information that it provides, what legal protections. Because therefore, you could not sue, let's say, you couldn't sue Facebook because of what someone posted on Facebook. Now, you could sue the person for what they posted on Facebook, but you couldn't sue Facebook. And these different platforms, social media platforms, these streaming platforms, and video platforms, they were exempted. They had immunity as far as those types of lawsuits. But all that could change, in theory, in the next few months. And AI has added another wrinkle to it because, at least in theory, AI is not a person creating content. It is machine learning. It is artificially created. So if you are, and I'm just saying in a hypothetical sense, if there is an AI search or AI generated slanderous or libelous material, the question then becomes, who's liable? Remember, we were talking about how AI could create these conversations. In fact, Paul and I, we were talking about an email we received not too long ago where AI could generate a complaint letter. Yeah, and it was asking people in that complaint letter. Or what about the story we were talking about where AI got into the argument with its owner? Right. And said mean things to, complaints. And it lives in perpetuity on the internet. I don't know if it's AI created. I don't know if an actual person did not write X, Y, or Z, but it still could be slanderous. It still could be libelous in nature. It still could be untrue and also injurious to someone's profile. You can still defame someone. So the question is, who is actually responsible? Or if nobody's responsible, then what do you do about all that untrue content out there which has real world consequences? And so those are some of the issues that the Supreme Court somehow is going to address. And they may not address it at all. They may just say, okay, we're only going to narrowly define who is responsible and what Section 230 will cover going forward. I don't want to game plan this as far as what they'll likely do as far as the specific ruling, but I don't think it's going to be a broad ruling. I think it's going to be very narrow. And I'm not sure whether they're going to actually decide the legal fate of AI produced content, AI purchase, but they're going to have to eventually. That's an insane broad brush. How do you even get close to narrowing that down, identifying it? When your point, if it's a computer, are you then going to say we can hold programmers liable, the ones who created the code, because after you create the code and set the AI force to learn and to do what AI does, isn't it just the AI itself? I mean, how you can do it? Where are you going to track it down? Yeah. Are you, as the programmer, then liable for faulty programming or programming which is has a predisposition for maybe negative content or untrue content? Are you going to be able to sell internet search engines for directing people to negative content or defamatory content or untrue content? Because the internet search engines are part of this space as well, presumably.
And what about this? What if the AI rescue marriage?
Which is a distinct possibility.
I was watching CNN and they were talking about it, the chatbot, and that it was kind of flirting with you, encouraging that person to leave his life. I'm like,
No,
really?
I didn't do that. No. Well, you know what? And then if you can sue anyone. There's no one saying you can't sue, but it doesn't mean that it will. Right. It won't be thrown out of because there's no real target to your point in any case. Yeah, if it's AI, but there are real world consequences to your interactions with that AI or what the AI does or has you do, someone is going to have to be held responsible. Someone, not something, but someone.
The person, somebody had to have turned it off.
Someone had to have turned it on. But let me ask you this. Just because I turn on the lights and open the door, am I responsible for everything that's happening in the building? Or just the owner of the business? Does that make any sense? Yeah, I don't know. We're all asking the same question. There are all sorts of scenarios where we really don't know the answer because there may not be a person attached to the behavior, what you got to bet?
We can ask ChatGPT. Maybe it would happen.
which, which puts us in a paradox. It does, yeah. That is classic stupid person. Okay, my brain is smoking. It's rated with Motel. KFI airs from 40-year live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and now to the KFI 24-hour news from the name of James.
At least 5 people become sick at an Amazon warehouse in Beaumont. Hazmat teams say an unknown substance was found speaking from a big rig parked near the loading dock. Riverside Fire says it's still trying to figure out what the substance is. President Biden says there's no evidence the 3 objects shot down by the U.S. military recently are related to China's balloon surveillance program. The president said it's still not known what the objects were, but they're likely related to commercial or research purposes. A startup company in Lancaster may have a solution for what to do with old electric vehicle batteries. BTU Storage Solutions is connecting the batteries to the California power grid. BTU says their technology could lower energy storage costs by up to 40%. Becoming cloudy overnight, cloudy tomorrow with highs in the 50s to about 60. It's close to Hollywood on the 101. Melrose heading to the 110 freeway. Police activity on the 10 found Hunter Robertson off and shut down. You can't exit there, but you can exit if you keep going and hop off at La Cienega instead. Traffic's pretty slow moving from the 405 heading towards La Cienega. 405 southbound in Culver City also slowing down from the 10, better past the 90. And we're looking at Anaheim Hills, which is still jammed up on that 91 eastbound from Imperial Highway all the way to Green River. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Info Martinez.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future at a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org. Nothing like winter weather to make a celebrate with a warm drink. Here's a big item to cross off your to-do list while snuggled up on the couch. Take care of that old car you've been meaning to deal with. Donate to Cars for Kids, the top car donation charity in the U.S. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go to carsforkids.org. You'll have that car scheduled to pick up before your mud cools down. You'll get a tax-deductible receipt and voucher for a 3-day hotel stay. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or carsforkids.org. That's Cars Never Pay.
Fans of the hit TV show Scandal can now revisit every episode on Unpacking the Toolbox, the Scandal Rewatch podcast, hosted by the cast members behind Quinn Perkins and Hop. So Gladiators, grab some Gettysburger, and revisit Scandal's most iconic OMG moments. It would be like 110 degrees in a wool coat. Yeah. I mean, the thing that was going on in my temple shirt, I think there's all the people. Listen to Unpacking the Toolbox, a Scandal Rewatch podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Because good plumbers at My Diamond will unclose your drain for $99. Adding sockets and stuff by the aroma-friendly technicians can save you money, prevent flooding inside your home, and remove all unnecessary waste from your life. Your pain will clean more quickly, your pipes will flow smoother, and your faith in mankind will be restored. There's $99 unstopped rate by the 50 cents 99 food shop and all 5 areas. Schedule an appointment today. Your My Diamond car will show up on time, professional, and smell better than a new car wrapped in thank you. You will be able to tackle life fingers, focus on things that really matter, and avoid the unsanitary atrocities of bubble-the-butt transformers. Here, ma'am, got a call during reference the $99 stoppage page at thesmellgoodplumber.com. Then call 800-446-MIKE. Contractor must have said $299. This is my diamond, and I guarantee my plumber will show up on time and smell good, and your house call is free. Is your car still under warranty? No, not anymore. My mechanic just suggested an extended service plan from Ox Car Care. Ox Car Care? Yeah, Ox will cover repair bills if anything happens to the car. He brakes, transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance. Wait, you pay nothing on repairs? Ox gets you fixed, free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance? Yeah, you don't pay. Ox pays. Ox even has a 30-day money-back guarantee and is A+ rated on the BBB. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike those other warranty companies. The last thing I need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now. Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-301-4089. Ask about senior and military discounts. Ox covers commercial car owners too. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care. 800-301-4089. 800-301-4089. On the free iHeartRadio app, you never pay to hear what you love, and you never wait to hear what you want. Save your money, save your time, and listen anywhere. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Recorded.
The year that parents of teenagers live in Wyoming. According to the CDC, about 60% of American teenagers have suffered some form of physical or emotional abuse in their dating relationship. And teenage girls are reporting more sadness than ever. Let's talk about what's going on and how we can help our kids.
Dr. Wayne Wall, Sunday night at 7 on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, and we have a little bit more text to talk about. Experts say the AI singularity could be here in the next 2 decades. So what is AI singularity? It's when AI, artificial intelligence, is past the point of human input, human data, human training and instruction, and the artificial intelligence then begins to learn exponentially on its own. It's no longer mimicking human behavior. It's no longer copying human behavior. It is creating on its own. It is its own entity. That's different from sentience, as far as how it can store data, how it can take in data, and how it can utilize data. It doesn't. It will be no longer dependent on human input. So it's a lie. Well, it depends on the Turing test. And the Turing test is basically can it fool humans? And I think we are there, and they would never let us know. In other words, if an application for the military would be an application for very limited private use, probably in conjunction with the military, but it wouldn't be for the general public. In other words, when we get to that point, I'm thinking something that Elon Musk would get on TV and say, on social media and say, hey, we would see singularity. No, we would not know about it. Are you still to remember at the last Tesla, I think it was the Tesla conversion, the conference that he had, where he was talking about the step plan, the palm on him, with his brain, with the brain chip. And he introduced the option, which was the Tesla AI robot. It was like a humanoid robot powered on by its own AI system. And that it could do physical commands, it could clean the house, right? It could, walk the dog and all. It was doing really silly stuff on stage, and it said, this is what we're developing. The fact that he was already bold, putting something like that, here's where we're going. I'm just going almost like Howard Stark at, the Stark Fair, Stark Expo. I'm thinking we're a lot closer than we know. I don't know. Everyone knows we're going in that direction, but how far down the road are we? And I think that we are much further down the road than any public demonstration would allow us in and to let us know. When we talk about AI singularity, in other words, we're witnessing any human interaction. We're not giving it commands. We're not telling it to do anything. It's like you and me, and we're sitting here, and you interpret data, you put in data from whatever way you want, but it's not necessarily dependent upon me feeding you data. Okay, think about how close you are when you just look at Waze. When you make put in your destination, you say, hey, Waze, I'm going from here to there. And as you're driving, Waze says, this is going to this. But that's still an algorithm. Right, and that's still a mathematical calculation. It's this, then that. If this, then that. If there's a short amount of time driving, then we get to hear anything voice. If there's a detour, there's an accident, we hear anything voice. But it's not necessarily making the concept accurate. Yeah. And that's really important. That is it. Okay. No, you're not. So, no, I maintain the opinion that we are much closer to it than we actually know. I always use the example of satellite photos. We had satellite photos in the 1960s, long before we had Google Maps, and those were preceded by just 25, 30 years. What do you think our satellite photos look like now? Well, they gotta look like your eye. Yeah, naked eye, right? You know what it is. Right. The resolution is probably some space. That's why you probably don't rely on balloons as much. I'm quite sure we use them, but we don't rely on them. Quite flying to someone's staircase, and you can get the same clarity of picture from 63 miles up. But to your point, you mentioned it the other day, we got to know what they know about that balloon. We have no idea what they actually have to say. Nor will we ever. Right. And nor would I want them to tell us, because the whole point of military intelligence is to not share it with everybody. If you're sharing with the general public what you know and the capabilities of someone else, then it defeats the purpose. The whole point of keeping it down and recovering the records is so you can have an idea of what they were up to. When I say they, doesn't mean it was just China. Could have been Russia. Could have been any number of bad actors, if you will. Could have been North Korea. We're talking about relatively low-tech technology here. It's a balloon. Now, of course, what was contained there was probably much more sophisticated. But as far as the flying apparatus, it was a balloon. Hey, remember Nope? What, Nope was a balloon? No, it was a living creature. It was. It looked like a balloon. Yeah, it looked like a chiffon. I don't know. It looked like a balloon. It was like a mylar balloon. To me, it looked like Dead Sea. If you see the movie, it looked like Dead Sea billowing in the wind. Yeah. It's supposed to be. I'm sorry, spoiler. It's an alien. It's an alien as opposed to a spaceship. It's a living, breathing organism that looks like a spaceship. And I'm a predator. That's the balloon. Whatever. Yeah, it did look like a balloon. And honestly, and I'm not saying that the government intentionally deceives us, but yes, the government intentionally deceives us. Now, we may disagree on the reason that the government intentionally deceives us. Some people think they misinform, and not for the general public to know. Not that they're just afraid of creating a panic, but they want to be able to hold on to that information. What if there was some very impressive and important technology which is stolen secrets from the United States? Do you think that you need to know that? I hope not. Do you think they would tell us that? I hope not. I would not want to know that, because then you are defeating the purpose of having that technology. If you're basically broadcasting, if you take us, your family society, and everyone else, not only the technology or the capabilities of that foreign, quote unquote, adversary, but you're letting them know what we think it is. Why would you give away that information? Or why would you give away that tip, that piece on the chessboard? So that part of it is like not divulging what you know. They know we have it. Let's say Greece created it. Greece would know that we have it. Greece would know the capabilities of that balloon. Now, if we go out there and say what it is, and it's correct of what we say publicly, then we give away the leverage of happiness. So then looking at the story says that we are about 2 decades away from AI singularity. We're thinking it's like 5 years. Okay, let's say 8. Let's say by April, singularity will be here. That's about what it is. Because, come on, I mean, I honestly believe our reporting and our technology, our concept of technology is behind what they actually have ability for successors. If they achieve using for like 4 or 5 seconds, I'm quite sure they've done it for 4 minutes somewhere. Because the military applications are much more important than the idea of powering the system. That's my cynicism coming through. It's like, no, military gets first back. And if your applications being for folks or whatever, military industrial complex, and then it will filter down to consumers like you and me, where we can power our own house on a tiny bit of piece of energy. No, that's going to get worse in the lab. Think about all the technology that we have now, which came out of the space race and the United States and the military. It takes a long time to get that. So the act up the YouTube channel long before we were. So I look at Joe, that's tricky. No, I'm being serious. That's not that bad for me. Is that dance monkey? Okay. So sorry, just can't go on the mic. You just do it the whole night. I'm not even. You made it very clear. You're not messing with me tonight at all. Like I heard you. It's way more better. When we come back, we're going to learn about a new documentary talking about the life and transformation of Patrick Clay into Muhammad Ali. That's next. KFIA 40, we're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio. We go through all the that's going on so that we can tell you just what you need to know. AOSC, HD2, Los Angeles, all time. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. I understand live on KFI 24 hours a year. I think you know, cities that build the North Bay during a belief service. The second series in SUV land are read by the Roscoe Boulevard and Indian Avenue back into the city's car. The high traffic area with a lot of people in there. Both men ran from the scene, police caught one of them. A loaded rifle was found in that. Some jobs are found from the Glendale Police Department, which say several officers ran securing a gunshot. Search and rescue team from the LA County Sheriff's Department returned from the scene of the earthquake in Turkey. Hours after the earthquake, we got the ball going on that, but since the whole team was made up of volunteers, we had to figure out how to get over there. No, dog. We contacted the buddy at GPS. We worked it out with no, dog. For to get some like from the a race private plan. We pay for hotels and Cincinnati and Portland. And so we go to that location, there was a woman's voice used to get under the rope. And then during this process, trying to get access to her, then second voice was heard. It turns out that it was this woman. Rabbi. What is cool, man? After about 4 hours, we finally got what was that? Pretty much what we were anticipating. It was kind of like a Armageddon kind of thing. You have nothing but two house levels where the story is happening. We spent 7 days there and let you see people. They all use their own personal the former president of Fairmont School District and 2 other detainees criminal charges after house-schoolers performing at the Halloween party were allegedly given alcohol. Fairmont police say Stephen Anissa hosted the tree-trimming party in December and hired that person required to perform. Shirtless men were also paid to entertain the guests. Anissa resigned from the board 2 days after the party. A guy who went by Buddy Deal was arrested December 20th because annoying on the marketing side. Part of the report by a central grand jury that investigated the then President Truman's committed crimes over the 2020 election loss in Georgia has been released. I did one of the biggest projects under oath and recommends that he is indicted for perjury. Although they want to relate with the judge overseeing the grand jury saying it's important to protect due process rights. ABC's Packer says the introduction, conclusion, and analysis of the report were released to the public. One of several that could have serious legal consequences for former President Trump. Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman has checked himself into a hospital to be treated for clinical concussion. Yesterday, Fetterman experienced depression off and on throughout his life, but it became more severe recently. Fetterman went to the hospital last week after feeling like the attendance physician in Congress recommended
And Mike and I.
The film stars Karen Egerton, who plays John in A Biopic about
The hot tamales.
story of two computers
What?
who try to evade the KGB
Oh,
and discover the famous video out of the Soviet Union. It will be released March 30th. Southland weather continues cloudy and cold with lows in the 30s and 40s, upper teens and 20s in the Antelope Valley. Mostly cloudy, a little bit warmer tomorrow, high in the 60s and beaches, around 70 for Metro LA and Mississippi, upper 50s and 60s in valleys and IE, 50s in Antelope Valley. It's 52 in Orange, 53 in Manhattan Beach, 51 in Lake City, and that's 50 in Rancho Cucamonga. The cone zone in Corona on the 91. I was working the road here, and I was just checking out what's close and what's not at the 91 and the 71. So, South 71 to the 91 west conductor is closed until 4 in the morning. Also, West 91 to the North 71 is off limits until 3 in the morning. And along the westbound side of the 91, it's the third lane from the left all the way to the right lane that's off limits also until 3 in the morning. So things are pretty jammed up here. On the eastbound side of the 91, I'm seeing the road out of Allen Hills from the Ontario Highway, and the 71 southbound is absolutely crawling, almost from Butterfield Ranch Road. If you see any problems, and keep this keywords playing out by Rabbi. There's a couple of police activity in the city as well. This is 20 south to Robertson offense that is off limits, and you can't exit there right now, but you can exit ahead at Ross Yamaga, KFI in this time. Help get to there faster. I'm Rachel Martinez.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together. Before we start the annual meeting of John's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security? No. Oh, no. You pay so much minority agency to help protect yourself if you become a victim. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can take up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's a free app that can save you money on your medication. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off point. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. And it works whether you have insurance or not. It's even this week. Next time you drop off your prescription, text GoodRx to start saving today. Go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Schedule a home furnace safety check for just $77 with Rooter Hero Plumbing and Air. More stimulating talk.
Love. Our friend was doing yo.
After correct. You was a boxer. Anyway, you can see it. Wow, that was cool.
No,
What happened to you? I ain't forgetting him. KFI AM 640 relies everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. It's later with Mo Kelly. The Smithsonian Channel premieres the new 2-hour documentary after at Becoming Ali, which examines the transformation of Cassius Clay into international boxing icon and activist Muhammad Ali, as he risked everything for his new religion while approaching the biggest fight of his life. Cassius X, Becoming Ali premieres Monday, February 20th at 9 p.m. on Smithsonian Channel. Its award-winning director, Mr. Ali, joins me now on the line. Mr. Ali, how you doing this evening? I'm great. Thanks for having me. How are you? I'm doing well, and I was looking forward to this conversation because when all was said and done, Muhammad Ali was beloved the world over. But early in his career, he was despised for his brash and bravado behavior, his opposition to the Vietnam War, and later his conversion to Islam. What about Islam did young Cassius Clay find appealing in his discussions with Malcolm X and others? Well, I'll tell you, I learned a lot directing Cassius Becoming Ali, and I got insight into Muhammad Ali's journey starting in 1959 to 1954 when he goes head-to-head against Sonny Liston. And one of the steps that he took during his spiritual transformation was to look inside and ask himself, where did my name come from and where did my religion come from? And I think fundamentally what appealed about Islam to a young Catholic player at that time that brought into the Americas as enslaved Africans. And I think that created a path that opened up to, okay, my name was also forced upon my ancestors, my name and my religion. And so the option to reconnect with his roots, so to speak, by embracing Islam and embracing a name that is rooted in Islam, was undeniably part of what attracted me to his transformation. But this is a private journey he went on, so I can't speak to his exact motive, and no one knows his exact motive, so we get as close as we can with that eventually coming out. I just know as a fan and historian of a very small newspaper, and just knowing about the life and career of Muhammad Ali, that there was a lot of internal pushback from his fight camp to even his family regarding converting to Islam. What do you know about what resistance he received from inside his camp? Well, inside his camp, of course, Angelo Dundee was training him down in Miami. And as it's been told, Angelo Dundee was very accepting about Muhammad Ali's game change and his religious change. When it came to selling tickets, there was a great deal of fear about how the general public would accept, whether or not the public would still rally behind it, whether or not he could represent America's in the world heavyweight champion, whoever can rally behind. So I think inside his camp, they understood and accepted him. Muhammad Ali, his spirit seems to be always one that allowed him to be an individual to whatever extent he'd like to be an individual, no matter what people around him do that. But it's a business too. So selling tickets was a concern, but I don't think that obviously did deter him from becoming Muhammad Ali. And he spoke more widely so on public about his information after he was kind of listening. I always wonder in this post 9/11 world, in this hyper politicized society, I wonder how a modern day Catholic play with the social media following, how would that conversion to Islam be covered and how would it have been received by society and media life? Have you given any thought to that? I took a little bit of thought. I think if someone publicly converted to Islam today, it would cause too many ripples. I would hope. During the time in the early 50s in America, not many people in the general public were familiar with Islam. It seemed sort of why? I guess you would say America as a whole. I gotta get all that. There was fear behind it. And also there was fear of the Nation of Islam. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was recognized as being a great leader and a great inspiration in terms of being fired this whole transmission of the film cast with his voice coming over the radio. But outside of that circle, there was Islam and felt that it was dangerous for Catholics to be associated with that. So in public today, I think that maybe that part of it might still be controversial because the Nation of Islam doesn't necessarily get as embraced as it should be publicly even now. But not such a big deal because of people like Muhammad Ali who sort of set the tone, like this is part of my belief, part of what I'm going to do, and that's what it's going to be. So I think it would be as big a deal now, because people are more accepting of things like that. But there's a whole lot of social media, there's a lot more fun and social media perspective. And back then, Muhammad Ali was he was small, but Muhammad Ali was big. So he was one of the main athletes that people would recognize. Nowadays, you got to contend with all of the other noise that's out there. In just discussing world icons such as Muhammad Ali, anyone over the age of 30 is pretty familiar with the life and legacy of Muhammad Ali. But I'm also covered what may have surprised or informed you. His personal life, I didn't know that he was in a very good relationship with B.D. Sharp, R&B singer B.D. Sharp. They were in love before he became Muhammad Ali. And things changed as he evolved into who we know and love. And I didn't know about that. So I'm interviewing B.D. Sharp and he's sharing these things about their relationship. And that was really fascinating. It was heartwarming and it was enlightening because it was a private side of Muhammad Ali's life. And I appreciated that. And it was just a human sort of experience that Muhammad Ali went through that we can all identify with when it comes to love and evolving as a person and wondering if the person could be in a relationship will evolve with you or at least accept your evolution. So that was the fun. I was also curious because I know that was a very difficult personally and professionally for magistrate / Muhammad Ali, that conversion and transformation. Did you get any sense there being anyone, how it was publicized or how it was reported or how it was received by his family? Was there any regret or anything that you might have changed or done differently? No one said the word regret to me throughout the course of this whole film, so I would say no. I don't think that it was known. If he did do it, I don't think it was known. I think the most part of the story that, to my mind, as an artist and as an absorber of the information out of everybody there, was how his relationship with Malcolm X ultimately played out. I don't get the sense that he wished that it was played out that way, because it has such a strong bond, and that's what I think about Malcolm X's eldest daughter. There with me, how deep that bond is. And I believe, well, when you watch the film, right, and you'll get a sense, I can believe that Muhammad Ali did regret how that relationship fell apart. That's the effect, Becoming Ali. You can find it on the Smithsonian Channel Monday, February 20th at 9 p.m. The director, Ms. Ali, has joined me this evening. I'm so pleased and proud to be able to have this conversation with you. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. Thank you. That was good. This later with Mo Kelly, there by 8 a.m. 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app now. Let's go to Amy King, there by 24-hour newsroom.
Police have arrested a person in connection with two shootings in predominantly Jewish areas of West LA in just 24 hours. Both men were shot coming out of a synagogue and both survived. LAPD and LA County Sheriff's Department District Patrol. Robertson's rescue area. A couple in Los Angeles has filed a lawsuit against the Santa Ana-based company claiming Fujifilm Irvine used toxic oil during in vitro fertilization or IVF treatment that destroyed their embryos. The high cost of living in LA has currently driven people to the Inland Empire. New data from the U.S. Postal Service shows the LA metro area saw the second largest net loss of households and businesses from 2018 to 2022. Becoming cloudy overnight, cloudy tomorrow with highs in the 50s to about 70s. That's flowing the Anaheim Hills on the 91. It's on eastbound side. There is delays that are filling in just past Imperial Highway. It's pretty heavy ahead towards Green River. Then you've got that work zone right at 71 and 91. So it's affecting traffic along the South 71 to the West 91. That connector's also in it. So is the West 91 to the North 71, also affected us. And then on the right-hand side of the 91, from Circuit Club to Green River, that's where they have the 3 light rainfall alerts until about 3 in the morning. So there's a lot happening there, and it's jamming up that 71 southbound. And not quite from Butterfield Ranch Road, but it is pretty slow. Also in Corona, the 15 southbound roads up from Hidden Valley Parkway to the 91 freeway. And I'm also thinking for traffic right now, this is on the 710 freeway, making your way into the downtown area, the way losing the 105, looking a lot better by the road to that road channel. Firestone better. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
This report is sponsored by the California DMV. Did you know that many DMV tasks, like renewing your registration or starting your Real ID application, can be done online any time of day? Check them off your computer without a trip to the DMV. Get started today at dmv.ca.gov/online.